Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Let me go ahead and drop this link in the chat for Riggs. See. Oh, I got myself playing in the background. That's not good. All right. So that link is specifically for Riggs. We will open up the doors of the church after we give a little of our commentary as normal. But that link right now is for Riggs. What's up? How you doing? You said the screen is dark. Oh, is the screen still dark? Sincere? I can see it on my phone. Yeah. Go back out. Yeah, go back out and come back in. Because on my phone, I'm watching us too. And it's clear. Yep. But what's up? How you guys doing? We haven't did a from the block to the hood table over here in a minute. Matter of fact, last week was our first show in a couple of months. Me and Riggs and I had taken a break. Just to, relax a little. It was the holidays. We was jumping in the holidays. We was going on and on and on and on. Okay. Like every Sunday, darn near, besides like every time. Well, I ain't gonna say every time, but every now and then we had took a Sunday off, whether it was something he had a function or me and my family or, whatever. But you got to take breaks. And if anybody has a long-standing show that they do or co-host with somebody, then you understand. You need breaks every now and then. So that's what we did. We took a little break. Season 2 just popped off last week at Riggs. If y'all missed it, we had a great conversation. We had people on the panel towards the end, also discussing topics with us. But yeah, is it still a black screen, Sincere? You said it's still that way. Can anybody see me? Because I'm like literally watching me on my phone. See? I can see me on my phone. So I don't know why. Can you hear me okay, Charlie? Do you need to jump up here, Charlie? Hey, sugar.
You good now, boo-boo? I can see you.
What was going on? Because I could see me on my cell phone the entire time.
I saw you on the whole time. I think it may be a little behind, if that makes sense for people.
You think I'm lagging or something?
Not you. Yeah, I think the stream. Refresh, Miss Sincere, if you can hear us, beauty. I just making sure she knows. I think it may also be because you were so zoomed in too.
Oh, that could have been it. Oh, Sincere, I'm sorry. But I still could see myself on my cell phone. So I don't know, child. I don't know. Are we good now, Sincere? You good now? We good in the hood, okay?
Where our brother? What is he over there being messy?
He was running a little late. So Riggs is running a little late.
Well, tell him I'll step in for him. That's my brother from another mother.
Thank you for keeping me company, child. Thank you for keeping me company. But I was just saying how, we had to take a little break, Charlie. You know what it's like when you do a show like all the time. And sometimes you just got to take a break and, relax and, deal with other things, family, work, life, whatever. So we took a 2-month break down there.
But you took it right around the perfect time too for your
Yes.
cakes. Because I know how your cakes get during that time.
Yes, it was a perfect timing for the holiday. And then, I'm developing my skills in other areas now with the t-shirt business. So that time gave me man, I'm telling you, I have watched so many videos and tutorials and bought so much shit, Charlie.
I will
I
tell
mean,
you, having a t-shirt press, like the iron thing, is
yeah,
gonna be your bestie because that's gonna put on all
it
your.
is.
It is. Hey, Mrs. Because you can also put on like not just the iron-on designs that you can print
Yep.
from your printer, but also like patches and things like that.
The vinyl and stuff like
Hmm.
that. Uh-huh. Like I did a where it is hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. Stay right there.
Okay, I got you. While you come in, could you please hit the share, like, and subscribe for the beautiful The Hood Table? Make sure you also go over to Big Rig Slaps channel. I will make sure that I drop his link in the chat box. If you could make sure you are subscribed to both channels, our Big Rig Slaps will be here. He's just a little busy. And make sure if you want to become a member today, the memberships are open, and the Hood Table puts out amazing content. Support her in any way you can. Just being here, we thank you for everything that you decide to do because you didn't have to be here. Okay, sorry, I did your plug for you.
That's okay. That's okay. Let me move your comments so I can make sure they can see the shirt. I probably gotta blow my screen up. Let me know if you can see it.
Don't tempt me with a good time. Good time.
I just made this one for a customer yesterday. It's actually for her boyfriend. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. What up, Riggs?
I held it down for you, Bubba, till you got here.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I appreciate
See
it.
it, Riggs?
Yep.
It says, "Don't tempt me with a good time."
I was just showing Charlie some of my creations that
Hell
I've been
yeah.
with my t-shirts. But yeah, she joined us. Thank you, Sincere. She said that's nice. She joined us to keep me company until you got here.
That's what's up.
Like
Shout out to the
that.
chat.
Thank you, thank you. Let me put this back. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I can't wait for this discussion, child, because I watched that whole documentary. Did you get to catch up on it, Big Rigs? I know you've been busy with work and stuff.
Yeah, I watched it. I saw it.
Ooh, tell me it wasn't petty.
It was very informative though, man. I mean, there was a lot
I
of
will
shit that I done heard about, already, but
There was some stuff I didn't hear. I will say,
yeah, but there was a
to-
lot I sure as hell didn't hear about.
I will say, people say 50 petty, but he actually made a post stating he wasn't actually being petty. He actually gave P. Diddy to his sons a job. A lot of people don't know that. Like, he gave them a job. It was just he was offered to do this opportunity and he did it. And for him, it ain't
Mhm. Well, we about to get all into it, Charlie.
Ooh, I'm
Big
ready.
Riggs and I, welcome back over here, everybody from the block to the hood table. Charlie, we're gonna drop the link again towards the end of the show. I definitely want you to
Love
hit the
you.
at
I'm
the
gonna go
end
ahead and drop.
of the show
Love ya.
you can chime in on everything and anybody else who wants to discuss. And thank you again, Shout. That's my girl. That's my white chocolate right there. Thank you for helping me hold it down till Riggs got here. But let me make sure is the camera okay, Riggs? How I got it set up?
Yep, it's
'Cause
good.
I be messing up.
It's good.
But yes. But thank you, everybody. Come on in. Welcome. Come on in. Make sure you like and share the video. Thank you so much. Shout out to the chat. Everybody.
We appreciate you, Vibrant. We appreciate you.
Yes, Vibrant. She was the first one before we even got here.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that. That's what's up.
Yep. Is she back in here? I know she commented. Oh, there she is.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just seen her. That's what I didn't see from the beginning and nothing like that.
Okay.
I was a little late.
That's okay. Charlie hopped up here, was like, "Where up, bro at?" I'm like,
shout out to Charlie.
He a little smidget late, okay, but he'll be here.
Shout out to Charlie.
But yeah, what's going on? How you been, Riz? Does it feel good to be back?
Yeah, man. It feels good, man. I watched our show a couple of times, man, since we did it, so it was good. And I was looking at the chat. The chat always be coming through, so that was dope, man. Definitely feels good.
Yes. I always watch our shows. We talk behind the scenes. I'm like, man, can you believe this happened or that happened? Or yeah, I love rewatching our shows because especially with all the chat, how they be in the chat chatting and how they hit the panel sometimes and they provide content on the topics that we're discussing, because again, we don't have shows too much similar like what's around us. So when we say that we really appreciate you guys for supporting our show, we really do mean that. So I just want to make sure you guys know that and understand that from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate you. But yes, so this show though, you discussed a little bit about the Diddy debacle, aka the reckoning that 50 Cent put out. And Charlie was just talking to Sincere in the chat about how a lot of people think 50 is petty for what he did. Now, some might not all agree with, Sincere. I do believe he is petty, but I really think that he put this video or this, and this is also part one, even though it was 4 episodes, it's part one. There's supposed to be another one he putting out. I think he just put it out there because a lot of things that he and other people have been saying over the years, a lot of us, like he was just saying to Charlie, some things you heard about, but we learned a lot of shit in this documentary. So let me ask, first of all, how you feel about Diddy putting this out here and even the trolling.
You mean 50 putting it out?
Yeah, 50. My bad, 50.
Definitely. Hold on a second.
Hey, sis, Low, how you doing, sis?
It was definitely petty. I'm not gonna deny that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I think that a lot of people they think of like artists and people that be, what I'm saying, and on TV as like, damn near like they the best thing going, like they damn near they're gods or something. They look up to them, they idolize them, like they can't do no wrong. And I think, sometimes when you see how they really are and how they act and what they really think, sometimes even about you, the people that fucking, support them and they're the reason why they have all these luxuries. It's a trip. It's like they forget the reason why you're in these big ass houses and all these Lambos and shit is because of these supporters, man, because of the people coming to see you and buy your product. But then they just act like, yeah, shit, I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, who do you need then? Because without us, there's no you. So, yeah, it was definitely petty, but I think it was something that was kind of cool at the same time because, you see somebody really in their real light. He didn't really touch too much of the nasty shit as he could have.
Right.
And that's what I liked about it because we already heard that. So doing that would have just been like overkill and all right, man, whatever. Mm-hmm. But it was definitely like shit that I didn't know about. And I'm sure we'll get into that. But just to break the ice on it from the question you asked me, definitely petty, but definitely something that I think, people needed to see, man. A lot of people should probably damn near get, documentaries, what I'm saying, on them, especially these big people, just because people would like to know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Instead of just like these these celebrities who do the TV reality shows, those are cool, but they're not always reality. You know what I mean?
It's scripted.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And with this, it's not like it was just somebody talking. They actually had like, video and audio and then people actually speaking. So can't really.
They had a lot of people speaking.
Yeah, you can't really take nothing away from it as something just kind of being false or just putting out there, because what they did present, they kind of did have the receipts for it. But go ahead.
Yep. And
what it do, sis Slow? What it do?
Hey, sis Slow, that's my booski too. You said if Diddy hadn't done it, then girl, okay, like yeah, that part. But I have seen somewhere because I was like, again, I know 50 is petty. I know he is petty, and he be cracking me up a lot of times when he be trolling on his IG or whatever. But somebody has said that 50 Cent's trolling a Diddy began as a form of public commentary and cultural critique. His actions were not driven by personal animosity, but rather by his desire to provoke and challenge Diddy's influence and legacy in the music industry. They said 50 Cent's trolling has become a strategic move to highlight the complexities and controversies surrounding Diddy's business practices and personal conduct. And his social media presence and public statements have often blurred the lines between personal grievance and broader commentary on the entertainment industry. Now, when I read that, I was like, okay, I get where they're coming from, and I get where people are coming from saying he was just petty, just being petty. But I think for a long time, like I said, we didn't been hearing it for years. Same shit like the other celebrities out there, the other executive producers, whoever that has been brought down to their knees, or brought down to everyone's level because of shit that they was doing behind the scenes. We didn't heard about a lot of that shit over the years. I personally am always glad when shit like this come out. I know some people like, oh, we always try to take a black man down, or we always try to take a brother down, or all that shit they be saying. And I'm like, it's the ones who don't never speak out that allows people like this to continue doing what they're doing to everybody they cross over the years. So I like when people put shit like this. I hate that people do the shit they do on this, you know what I mean? But some people just need to be exposed, and I think that he needed to be exposed. But that's just how I feel about it. Now, I feel like a good way for us to do this show is maybe we can go back and forth, and then like I'll let you start off with your biggest takeaways or your biggest shockers or your biggest, of the 4 episodes. I figure we'll go back and forth and we'll each give a few. And then, if we fall into other areas of the show, we can. But I do want us to state like some of our biggest shockers or something we didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Or something we heard that we thought was not true, but So I'll allow you to go first with one of your biggest shockers or something that you got questions about or something from the show.
Well, one of the biggest shockers that I got out of it would definitely be Biggie's funeral. And because, for the people that's seen it, I don't want to ruin anything if they haven't seen it, but when they spoke on it and then they showed the actual event that happened at the awards and he had Sting performing, I remember those awards and I thought that was hella dope. I thought that Puffy was cool as fuck for doing that. And then to find out the backstory about that, it kind of murdered me. Like, I was just like, this dude, like, I was already seeing piece of shit in him already throughout shit. But that part right there was like, it was bananas to me. Because it was such a big thing when it happened. You had Sting performing on stage. Like I was like, this shit's big, bro. And the way they said when Puff found out the expenses, because he said, hey, we're gonna do this big for big. But when he found out all the expenses, and he said, but Big gonna have to pay for this. That fucked me up. So everything that we seen, y'all, when we seen that performance and everything that you seen from the funeral, he took that out of Biggie's money, man. And he did this a lot. That's why I got a couple other shockers, but I'm gonna let you go. But Big paid for all of that, y'all. And we would have thought that was Puff doing that. But Puff was definitely exposed as being the type of person that does not like to pay up any type of money. He's more of a I got you type of person. I'm surprised somebody hasn't taken his win and sent him up to the upper room.
Man, I said that last week, but go ahead.
And you know, I think that when he does get out and come home, that he may be treated differently because of this documentary, and we don't know what else is to come. But go ahead, Hood Table, it's on you. That's one of my shockers.
Man, I'm so with you on that, shocker. I was like, what? You gotta be fucking kidding me. That he was one thing, we hear him not paying all his producers or artists or some shit like that. Then when they said that shit about Biggie, that he made it seem like he was putting on and paying for this big ass nice funeral service, going home service, and then to come out, it was like he said, Biggie's family got to pay this shit back when he realized how expensive it was. But yeah, that was a big one to me. And I also said before, not on here, but to somebody, that I'm surprised nobody ever taken him out. Not saying I want him to be taken out. I'm just, you know, but one of the biggest shockers for me, it was probably the Aubrey O'Day. And I got several, but I'm going to start off with her. Aubrey O'Day, you know, from Danity, right? Danity Kane. When she had said how often Diddy had tried to get with her, come on to her, flirt with her, try to sleep with her, right? And so years later, somebody told her, another lady who was in that circle had told her about a video that Diddy had filmed of Aubrey being SA'd while she was drunk or you know, roofied or whatever. And they happened to be looking for a room or something and walked past this room, and they opened the door and they saw that she was just laying there like lifeless, limp, and Diddy and like other guys were, I don't know why that shocked me so much, because it shouldn't, Riggs, because we know we can say without a shadow of a doubt, we know a lot of people back then would get people drugged up and then they would assault them in the industry, especially in the music industry, from the executive and owners on down, right? But for her to find out years later, she's like, people are passing. Her mother even reached out to Diddy and said, could you please stop passing that video around about my daughter? Like, that's like the second mother that we know of that got involved with something that Diddy was doing to their daughter. That shocked the hell out of me, because I was like, damn. It wasn't like he argued and you were, you know, able to do something or say something about it. You had no idea. Riggs, imagine you finding out 10, 20 years later that somebody did something to you and you had no idea all this time. And then to find out that all these people, probably hundreds of people, that watched you in a video. That was pretty disgusting to me. And I thought I done heard the most disgusting shit that he done done. So that was one of them for me. That's one, but I got many.
Well, and then with the one with since we're kind of on that kind of note, what was his group?
Danity?
No.
Dirty Money. Oh,
Dirty Money. Dirty Money.
Okay. Yeah.
So even with one of them, I can't think of her name right now, but the other one was speaking a lot in the documentary.
Oh, Kalina.
It was they both had, you know, some names, but I can't remember them.
I think it's Kalina. Yeah, Kalina. Yeah, I think
and one was speaking a lot in the documentary.
Mm-hmm.
And she also had an issue I'll get into that, but I just want to get into the other part of the group real quick. Since we're on that whole how you discussed the Aubrey thing. She was saying how he was really cool with that other one, and they were showing like the videos of them being always kind of cool. The girl never really said nothing out of pocket or nothing like that. But then when the documentary was coming out, she had a lot to say. And it was almost as if, you know, he was doing the same type of shit, hitting on her, all that type of shit, basically lying to her, the whole nine, you know what I'm saying? And now that was just real brief on that, kind of like, you know, he was just on some other shit. But now with the other one that was speaking a lot in the Kalina and Don. Okay, so Don was the so Kalina was the one that was speaking,
right?
And Don was the one that ended up, you know, coming out saying, hey, he was doing all this bullshit. Yeah. So, but during the times you would have never suspected that. But Kalina, what fucked me up too, is kind of like a Biggie thing, right? He got on Kalina, you know, he hollered at Kalina like, hey, you know what I'm saying? We've always been kind of cool. These motherfuckers is kind of playing with me right now. I'm gonna send you this shit, you know, on my phone, what they doing. And Don's playing with me. She's coming out here saying all this shit. And Kalina was just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and send it to me. You know, I'll check it out. And what basically, you know, he kind of wanted her to, you know, be kind of like, you know, with him on this shit in case some shit went deep, you know what I'm saying, to help, you know, clear his name. But what she said was, hey, you know, what's fucked up, my nigga, is when I asked you, you know what I'm saying, when I was in a bad position and I needed that 5 racks, you told me you didn't have it. And now you kind of coming at me with this. She's like, it's good, you know what I'm saying? But she's like, that was real fucked up though. She said, I just asked you for 5 racks and I told you I'd pay you back. That just goes to show you the character of this Craig Mack too. When I heard that story, that fucked me up. I mean, like we could just keep like, and I'm just doing that because we kind of like on just that kind of part of this guy's character when it comes to the money. Like that would make me want to damn near, you know what I'm saying, do something to you, bro. If you did me like that, for one, it's gonna be hard for me to even ask you some shit. But if I ask you and then you pull out a fucking knock like that, and then you just peel me off $1, bro, nigga, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna have a lot of thoughts on you. You know what I'm saying, like a lot.
Nobody knocked him off yet. A lot of people,
you know what I'm saying, and maybe me and a couple of my partners may have some thoughts on you too, just to let's all eat off this punk motherfucker. You know, he think this shit is really, really sweet around here. And the things that these people, you know, these artists did, you know what I'm saying, for this man was just crazy. Because what the one guy was saying, Puff didn't have all this money. Like he didn't produce shit to where he would have all this money how he was living, but his artist did. He wasn't paying his artists because his artists weren't all just hella crazy, just making stupid loot. He did have a couple of them for sure, but it wasn't all crazy like that. But the way Puff was living was like, damn, this nigga, you know, he's eating.
And that was Mark Curry. That was Mark Curry who said that. But yeah.
Okay, that's so boom. So that was wild as fuck to me, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these cats, man, they was going through a lot of shit with this dude on a lot of promises and a lot of just word salad. And it's probably embarrassing for them to even, they probably got paid though. You know, 50 probably cashed them out, and the chick that, because everybody's kind of giving 50 a lot of props on this, but 50's more of the executive producer of this documentary. The chick is the one that really put all this shit together. 50 funded this shit, got his name behind it, helped pushing this shit.
50 got the ball running, and that other lady.
Right. But that's why when I talked about it before I even seen it, he had that woman up there. You know what I'm saying? Because I also saw Gene Deal shit. Gene Deal came out with something after the documentary. It's about like a good hour and some change long. It was fucking fantastic. And he broke down a lot of the shit. And you notice Gene Deal wasn't in none of that documentary. a lot of people said because Gene Deal's shit that he be saying be kind of far-fetched and they don't have receipts to really back it. That was one point that was out there in the universe. But then from what Gene Deal was saying was he got a lot of receipts on a lot of shit, like from the shit that happened in when the people was dying in the fucking auditorium when he did his first fucking, you know, concert thing with all those hitters.
College,
and Gene Deal explained that whole thing like, hey man, when nobody would have lost their life if that lady that fucking had the cash box, you know, ran into the fucking facility and locked the doors.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Gene Deal said he had to go all the way around the back of the building and unlock all these doors, and then people started coming out. But he said if the lady would have never locked them doors, and Gene Deal said that they didn't even have him on security fucking duties that day. And he said usually Gene Deal come through with like about 12, 14 cats and dogs. That was his thing. He also had dogs, pit bulls, rots, and all kind of shit. That was part of his security fucking detail. So when they would be at certain spots and shit, not only you dealing with crazy big motherfuckers that, you know, also got pistols and shit, they also got dogs. You know what I'm saying? So if you try to do anything, man, they let them dog like. That's a cold little atmosphere. Like when he said that shit, the first thing I thought it was some DMX shit. Like, man, these East Coast motherfuckers own it. They own it. But he was just like, they didn't even have, you know, Puff was doing a lot of funny shit. But I just wanted to just get into that real quick. I ain't trying to, you know, go off the ringer, but
no, you good. And he was doing a lot of funny shit. And I'm glad you mentioned that because that was a shocker to me when you mentioned Craig. His wife, Craig didn't speak, but his ex-wife spoke on the documentary, and she was talking about how when Craig Mack was up there for a Grammy, was it a Grammy, Riggs, or was it a Grammy? Okay, she said we were so broke, we had no money, yet he's up here nominated for a Grammy, and then to hear Mark say basically. The only money that all these artists received was the front money. You know, the money they give them at first.
Yeah, your signing bonus.
Advancement or something like that. And that's it. He said he gave them advance money.
Everything else was worse out.
Right. Yep. And everything else. But then when that advance money ran out, they had no more money. And they were broke while he's still making money off of all their albums. And when we get to that shit, remember the accusations that Little Rod had made? Rodney Jones, is that his name? I think Rodney Jones. Little Rod. He had helped Diddy with that one album. He did 9 songs for him. He stayed with him through all his kids' birthdays, his holidays, shit like that.
Was promised houses and all kind of shit.
Yep. And he was another one who accused Diddy of, he said, I believe that he was drunk in me. He said, I would wake up and I would be sore down there. And he said, but I didn't have any proof. And he was like, and he never paid me. So he was suing him for not that, but suing him for owing him money because he said he never paid me. Those songs, that album was a hit. And to this day, Diddy has never paid him. And you saw the shit. He was like, he kept telling me, I'm going to get you. I got you. I'm going to Why you tripping? Why you acting? Why you doing? You know, that like, nigga, you owe me money. I was with you away from my kids for months and months and months. And you ain't paid me shit while my kids sitting at home. Like you said, they probably was embarrassed. I'm sure a lot of them was embarrassed by their family and friends. Why you broke as fuck and you can't pay your light and gas bill, take care of your kids, but you working for Diddy? Like, that's horrible.
Let me just tell you this, Hood Table. First, I gotta, you know, because how we talking and with these ditties and shit. That's why I love where I come from, you know, when it comes to the music thing, because we don't do none of that shit. We straight out the trunk. We get our shit pressed. We make our own music. We our own bosses and CEOs. With the only things we fuck with is distribution, and that's right there in the heart. Empire, you know, they distribute everybody. You know what I'm saying? And they in the heart of the Bay. But the thing is that's why fucking, you know, Bay Area rappers and shit like that. That's why they move like that, because of seeing situations. How the fuck are you gonna be nominated for Grammys and shit? We seen it with TLCs and everything. How you gonna be nominated for shit like this and you broke as fuck? You know, you asking this motherfucker for money, he pulling out lumps in his pocket, you know what I'm saying, and giving you $1 when that's probably your money, bro. You feel me? Like it's crazy. It's really crazy. So, that fucked me up, and I just kind of fucked off my thought. What was the last thing you was just saying, Hood Table? Because I was gonna get
Oh,
into what you were saying.
I was just saying about the money, how
And you said something else though, because I was gonna touch on that. Because that's why I said that about the money, because of how we do it out here. But you said something else that was prior to. Okay, yeah. So Little Rod. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
I'm glad you did that. Right on. So,
Okay.
and with that, Hood Table, I gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta keep it 100. I'm not taking anything. You know what I'm saying? From these brothers, but in that documentary, Rod also was kind of, like you said, was kind of saying things like as if, he was being tampered with. You know what I'm saying? Without him, unknowledgeable, or however you want to spin it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like, it's kind of like being around here. You know what I'm saying? You get around certain people, and I gotta keep it 100. You get around certain, brothers and males, whatever, you know what I'm saying, that speak a certain way, but then you see different shit, or you hear certain shit that just it ain't following up correctly. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta say that when it comes to people like Little Rod or whoever that be in these situations with these cats, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody is fucking not knowing of how Diddy is, you know what I'm saying? Like you can kind of tell on how a motherfucker moves and shit if they, you know what I'm saying, on some other shit, you know what I'm saying, period. You can tell those things, you know what I'm saying? If you can, I don't know what to tell you, you know what I'm saying? You need to get gamed up. But, people like him, Little Rod, that put themselves in these situations and putting themselves around these people, you got to also think, this motherfucker is also talking about money and all kind of shit. So now put that into play. You got motherfuckers around here that ain't even getting Chuck E. Cheesed up. You know what I'm saying? And they be acting funny. So now imagine a motherfucker supposedly that's all the way straight and narrow around these motherfuckers, and they got money and they promising them shit. And now all of a sudden you coming out with stories of being tampered with. Like even with the dude talking about, Diddy calling him, to like he had something for him to do. And when he went down there, he was getting fellatio from some chick.
Right.
Who the fuck does that? But now the real story is behind that, from what Gene Deal said, is that same dude. And these were things I was picking up when I was watching it, Hood Table. I ain't even gonna bullshit you. That's why when Gene was speaking, I was like, damn, bro, I was kind of picking up them vibes from bruh. But Gene was like, dude got a thing on him of him getting caught giving Diddy fellatio, and it's in his report against Diddy that he was doing sexual acts and everything with Diddy. So that same guy that was speaking on everything, that had the dreads and shit and had the 25% in the fucking business, and Diddy supposedly ran up on him and was like, hey, bro, with a bat, I need you to sign over that 25% because I'm in a little situation. I'm gonna give it back to you, yada yada yada. But dude was really responsible for a lot of shit. But the way dude was acting, though, it was seeming as if he had a little situation with Diddy. If you really pay attention to, the way he was talking and all this shit, it's like, bro, what kind of shit is that? Why would this man call you down there while he's getting fellatio? Like, I can't see him calling Gene or somebody else. Now, Gene said he was walking these chicks to their cars and shit afterwards. Like, bro, I know you fucking with this nigga because he got chips. Other than that, y'all wouldn't be here. But he ain't calling Gene like, hey, you know what I'm saying? And he getting bossed up and shit, you know what I'm saying? So you see everything going on. Hell no, because he knows that nigga probably would have got smacked for that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's no go. That's out. So when I hear them type of stories, like what, to get back on the whole that Rod thing, that's kind of what I be thinking, Hood Table. You feel me? Like these motherfuckers be playing anyways. Okay, that's your story, whatever. Dude was playing with you. What the fuck is you doing putting yourself in that situation? You know what I'm talking about? Like that's weird as fuck.
Yeah.
Like hella weird. You living with the dude for a period of time, you know what I'm saying, making music for him. I get it. But this motherfucker be moving funny. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody
He's got priors. He's got priors, and you putting yourself in that boat. Just like what we see over here. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers talk all that shit, but you putting yourself in a boat to, like, you looking funny, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you wanna say some old other shit like we wrong. But nigga, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? What I'm seeing ain't, what am I seeing?
Right.
Like the shit ain't adding up. You know what I'm saying? So when Rob was talking that shit and how he put that in the report, and then when dude that other dude, the Burroughs dude, whatever, when he also, said he would, and he said he was suing him or whatnot. That's in his report too. That, you know what I'm saying, he was being sexually assaulted and was doing shit with Diddy and running the whole damn near like being, drugged up and shit. Like it's the whole play. Like, man, you motherfuckers knew. You guys, now the cat's out the bag, and now y'all trying to get paid because this motherfucker wasn't paying you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I just seen a report today that Diddy I'm talking a lot, man, but this is my last thing.
No,
I seen a report today that Diddy made $4 million since he's been fucking locked up off of his jet, because he's been renting out his jet. This motherfucker's got a jet hood table, but yet he told this girl he couldn't give her $5,000 when she was in a fucking bad position. She was in his group. How can somebody in your group, you guys made some type of money, got something playing on the radio, something, and they need $5,000 from you? And why do they even need $5,000 from you?
That's just a drop in a bucket for somebody like him.
That ain't shit.
When she asked for it, it was years after. Matter of fact, it was after the group had, whatever.
Yeah.
So it was years after. So by the end, he got Sean John, he got the alcohol, he still got artists. He's
all of that hood table,
the TV show making of the band. He's doing so much. Remember the assistant show he did? He got people running like 10, 15 miles in the middle of the night to get him some ice cream. You remember that show?
Fuck yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah, so he got all this shit going on. She was dealing with a custody battle, and that was one of mine. I'm glad you brought
absolutely,
that.
Absolutely. That's what it was.
With a custody battle, and she was trying to get a good lawyer because she didn't have as much money as the father had, and she was trying to get a good lawyer. She said, "Could you please loan me $5,000 for a good lawyer, or could you please like use one of your lawyers, or get me a lawyer and send him my way?" And she was really desperate. And for y'all to have this type of relationship that she thought y'all had, y'all was cool as fuck. It wasn't like y'all had an argument or a beef or anything. Don't know why the group dispersed, but most of his groups dispersed after they had, some hits. And then after he gave them like the advance, and they didn't get paid no more, and they didn't make no more music, right? So then he's like, basically he told her, I'm sorry, I can't do it. He didn't even give her a good enough reason why he couldn't do it. Then years later, it's 2024, 2025, and now he needs all these people that he done fucked over to stand by his side and testify on his behalf. And he wanted her to do it on his behalf because of Don. But she was like, first of all, I don't know anything. I didn't see anything. Not no illegal activities. She said I wasn't around that shit. So you want me to testify and I don't know anything. What am I going to say? Then she said, on top of that, I'm dealing with this shit with my kids. I don't want to get in any kind of situation that might jeopardize me in court myself. On top of that, when I came to you and asked for $5,000 measly fucking dollars, you basically said no. But now, we cool. I love you. This. I know you got my back. I know, man, he was putting it on thick. Did you hear the video, Riggs? The recording? When he was telling her, she said, I got to discuss this with my family, and I guess her current husband or current boyfriend or whatever. I got to discuss this with my family, and I got to pray on it. Did you hear him say, if God don't tell you to do it, if your man don't tell you to do it, and while he's saying that, at the same time, he sounded the desperation in his fucking voice was so pitiful. Like the way he was trying to convince her to do that, I know it's like way more serious when he's trying to convince other people or when he's trying to manipulate other people to do shit for him. I was just like, I felt so bad I just felt bad because $5,000, that ain't shit to you. You wipe your ass with you spend more than that on baby oil, my nigga. You spend more than $5,000 on baby oil in a month, probably. If I would have heard, I would have just said "fuck you." But on the recording, she was like, "I love you too, and we do go way back." I'm like, "Fuck you, motherfucker." Shit. What is he doing for y'all? He ain't doing shit for y'all. Not anymore. Shit, he got y'all some fame, but he definitely didn't get you the fortune. He got the fortune while y'all got the fame. That's what that shit was about.
Well, that's what Dawn said her lawyer told her when he signed them and gave him damn near fucking 500 pages and shit to look over and sign, and basically gave him like 24 hours. Dawn says she took it to the lawyer, and the lawyer just looked at her and said, "Hey, check this out. He's offering you fame, not fortune. So you do what you want to do." She says she signed it.
And
These motherfuckers ain't dumb. But another thing that was a kicker though was this, and I'll get more to it in a minute because I gotta just take a quick break because I want to grab my shit. It's in the freezer.
Okay, no problem.
Is his kids, the boys, and how
Justin and them. Mm-hmm.
And how like a couple of them ain't his boys. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta really trip on.
Right, Albie Shore's son. Mm-hmm.
Yep, and the guy Wolf.
Oh yeah,
which was his bodyguard. That other one, I think Justin, the one Justin, that's Wolf's son. And when you look at Wolf and him, they're identical.
Yeah,
they don't look like each other, like Puff and the one that Puff's one because they look like Puff.
They do, especially them twins.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But the thing is you got to wonder what it's like mentally in that household because Puff, he was definitely a predator when it came to women. He wanted your woman. He knew he wasn't, and when he got his money and everything, he was able to, make them plays because, he had money, but he always wanted somebody else's woman.
Yep.
So with the whole Kim Porter, that was Albie Shore's woman back in the days. And he vowed to get her. Once he signed his deal with Clyde, that's when she came around. Mm-hmm. But he was fucking her friends and all kind of shit. Mm-hmm. And then even the Russell Simmons and all that with the Kimuras, like if you watch Gene's shit that he came up with, it's really good.
Is that on Netflix too?
No, it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch.
And he just was breaking all that down, and just Puff really had a bad thing with wanting everybody else's woman. And what came with that was like, the Wolf son and all that type of shit. He got his, you know what I mean? Like that ain't him. And then with Albie Shore's son, and I knew that from the get. When I first seen that dude and they said that was Puff's son, I said, fuck no. And then when I seen that they was talking about how it was Albie Shore's son, I said, all day. You know what I'm saying? So, and then knowing the whole thing behind Kim and her losing her life and all kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit of that is pointing to Puff. So you got to think, fuck yeah. So you got to think about like, what's the mentality in this household, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just have everybody manipulated. Like there's got to be somebody with some type of sense like, man, this man ain't right though. Like, yeah, he cashed out and we living good or what, however they see it. I don't know. But
yeah,
just from the shit that, came out and just to know this guy's character and you know what I'm saying? Y'all, a couple of y'all missing like your real dads and your mom is gone. You know what I'm saying? And you're under this guy's roof. And when your mom passed, he started fucking around with Cassie, which is damn near the ages of y'all, and then he's beating on her. Like, just it's just bad.
But keep in mind, he was cheating on Kim when she was alive. He cheated. Like,
all that shit was in the documentary. So, you could see it.
They saw
Kim done moved about the whole house, all kind of shit. Was just kind of doing shit for, the image, you know what I'm saying? And keeping the family strong.
And I think his boys were not only manipulated as well, Riggs. But one thing Capricorn Clark said, she said, because they was asking her, like, after he threatened you, after he did this, after he took you to Central Park, and because he knew you fucked or not fucked around, but he knew you were cool with Suge, because Suge's girl was her bestie, and to this day they still best friends. And so he was like, took her to a park late at night, told her if anything ever went down, somebody will find your ass right here in the park. He literally told her how he was going to kill her, how she was going to die, and all this kind of shit. And so when people was like, how the fuck could you stand to be around him after that? She said, because she said, I've dealt all my life with people who were addicts, with people who had like intense personalities. And she said it was like after her mom died from cocaine, when she was 23 years old, she basically, you know how you see stuff and it just no longer bothers you anymore. The drugs, none of that type of shit. And it's like, I think a lot of those people that he was manipulating, it was a lot of drugs going on, right? It was a lot of people that he was taking care of, but at the same time, not taking care of. And so I was going to ask you also, what do you think was the main reason why a lot of people stuck by his side? Because he was doing, even though we could have some doubts about if he was really people were willingly having sex with him, or if he was drugging people, or if, we could go, people have their, opinions. But for the ones who we know for sure that he was doing wrong, why do you think they didn't leave? Like, people came out after Cassie, right? A lot of people. I mean, it's hundreds of people. There's lawsuits that he's going to be facing for probably the next 10, 20 years from people and all the allegations. But do you really think that he had that much power to scare people from talking back then? Do you really think he was this gangster? Do you really think he was this I'll snuff you out and nobody will find you type of nigga? Because so many people, all the stories are the same. From the security guards, from the executives, from the assistants, from the baby mamas, from all the stories is the same. So what made his little ass, because back then, remember how little he was, Riggs? We got a little glimpse of him when, they was showing the documentary. That nigga used to be little as fuck, right? But he had all this power. So do you think that he was really this person who would, because like you said,
money is power, hood table.
But like you said, if that was you and your boys, something might happen. So why do you think like he still was able to do what he was doing for so long?
Because when you're around somebody, right, and you kind of know the kind of people that they have in their circle, money is power. Now, me saying what I said, yes, but that's coming also from a standpoint as if, I'm doing business with this guy. I don't really know this fucking guy. I don't know who his circles or any of that. So I don't, if I knew all that, then they know me. You see what I'm saying? So they don't really got too much on me. But these cats, though, they around this dude. So all his haters or people he knows, they know these people. So they ain't going to really just try him because it can be a fucking problem. Money is power. So yes, you can put fear into people. And when you're doing shit, you know what I'm saying, and people do end up coming up missing, like that shit that happened, you know what I'm saying, when they was at that fucking studio and him and his son walked up out the bathroom.
Yes.
And told Rod.
Lil
the
Rod.
Same one that fucking ended up going and staying with him at his house and now saying he's getting tampered with. Come on, bro. Like, what the fuck is, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to get all into it. I didn't even get my shit out the freezer yet. If I had my shit in me, I probably would get on that nigga's helmet. I'm just saying, I probably would get on that nigga's helmet, bro.
We can take a
he was
little
fucking
break.
up from the get. You know what I'm saying? Bro was fucking up from the get. But I'm just saying, though, like, yes, you know what I'm saying? He definitely had some type of power. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people like Craig Max and all these other people, you know, his people know where you stayed, your moves, how you,
your family.
So it's nothing. Your family is nothing to have somebody coming up missing. And if you got money like that and you know police and shit like that, shit. We all done went to school and you in your areas, we all done went to high school and shit and probably got friends that are police officers and all kind of, I mean, rabbit hole, right? So when you fucking around and you got money and shit like that, absolutely. And that's why these motherfuckers ain't really just got to touching on him and shit. But from my standpoint, from what I was saying is like, you know, I don't really would know this cat. Maybe we just doing some type of business, you know what I'm saying? But I'm on the West Coast, bro. You on the East Coast trying to sign me, and now you trying to play with me. That's a whole different. You feel me? Like I'm not around your whole circle and no, you know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas don't really know too much about me. You got to kind of, you know, seek me out. These niggas like out there, man, they know every nigga shit. They know where your baby mama shop at and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? And they big on that. You know, they big on having something on you because they know from the get.
And that's what I think,
like a guideline. It's like a guideline. It's like a book. Because they said he was copying Harrell on how he moved and promised motherfuckers money and would only give them their advancement. And you know what I'm saying? And that's how he was groomed. Go ahead.
But I was also thinking that too. And then after this, I'm going to let you go take a break and I'm going to drop the link so other people, because I still want to get your thoughts on the Biggie Pac shit. After the newest things that we learned, I want to get your thoughts on that. But I still think that he had a lot of people he had film on, right? I think even with some of the guys, I can't 100% say if they were coerced, if they were drugged, but I think he had footage on a lot of people. And we do know that he had a lot of footage. He had a lot of tapes. Shit, look at the shit they pulled out in court. That was just on Cassie and a few others. They didn't even put all the other tapes and all the other bullshit out there. I think that possibly some things were done to some people while they were under the influence. And he threatened to put tapes out and things like that. I really do. I really do think that. Now, I'm not saying that all the men that he messed with, you know, were SA'd without permission or anything like that. But I do think that he could have done a lot of things to people and had a lot of shit on footage. That's how they got a lot of people back then. They would film you. He filmed everything. Just like R. Kelly, he filmed everything. So I wouldn't put it past him that he filmed. Like we hear
they still do hood table. It's even worse now. You know how much hidden shit be in houses and out front in houses and teddy bears and all kind of shit, like bathrooms, like for real, man. Like motherfuckers just own it. Like they own some other shit. So if a motherfucking look at how these motherfuckers act on here, bro. Like you call somebody or whatnot, they recording you. I don't even know how to do that shit. I actually want to ask somebody, like, how the fuck do y'all do that? What is the app? What the fuck? Like, how do you hear a beep or anything going off? I mean, because it's just crazy. Like y'all be on it, but they got so much shit going on, man. They recording everything. Hood table, you can't put nothing past nobody.
I ain't gonna lie, Riz. There's been a couple of times in my lifetime where I've been at some guy's house and you know what, and I'll be looking around. I'll be looking around with a good eye, like making sure, because motherfucker, like it was a time period, Riggs, where that shit was just being done. Even if you weren't a celebrity, it was a time period where that shit was being done. And girls would just be having sex or whatever with a guy or whatever, and then next thing you know, he got a tape on her and he holding it above her head or trying to blackmail her or something like that. So yeah, there was times I'd be looking around like making sure, like, no, where your phone at, nigga? You know, just paranoid. But anyway, I want you to go get your shit, do what you gotta do. Take some time, take a few minutes, and I'm gonna drop the link and invite people up, and I'm gonna play our little theme song when you get back. But yeah.
All right, for sure. I'll be back. Shout out to the chat. Let me see who's up in the chat, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sincere. Shout out to Charlie. Shout out to Vibrant. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all. Shout out to Sis Low. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Cloud Watchers too. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all keep hitting that like, man. Let's try to get it up to 20. Shout out to Deanna.
Yes, Deanna.
And I think I got everybody so far. But we appreciate y'all sliding through. You know how we do every Sunday, man. So it ain't nothing new, man. The only thing new is the topic. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing, and I'll be right back.
Okay, all right. Yes, and everybody, thank you so much. Shout out to the chat. Make sure you guys are liking and sharing the video. Y'all know we be small in numbers, okay? But we appreciate all the support, all the clicks and views and likes, and all the interaction in the chat. We really do appreciate it. Now I'm gonna drop this link while Briggs is running around and getting some things over there. But I'm gonna drop this link because we want to hear from you guys. You know, whoever want to hit the link. What up, Miss Ray? How you doing? What up? What up? But yeah, well, I'm gonna drop this link because I don't know if it's still in there. It probably still is. Shoot, it ain't like we got 1,000 people or hundreds and hundreds of people here. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this link again. And then once Riggs come back, we're gonna pick up with discussing a few things because I really want to discuss the Pac and Biggie situation. I don't know about y'all, but let me just be honest, y'all. I still get emotional over certain people's deaths. Like my favorite celebrities, my favorite rappers, like starting with like Pac, Biggie, Left Eye, Whitney. I mean, it's just certain people. When you hear their shit sometime, especially when it's some back in the day shit, some shit you used to really rock with your friends or your family, and you know, that's my shit. Like
that's my jam right there.
Yeah, like even when they was playing a little bit of Pac songs, you know, throughout this documentary and Biggie and I still can't believe my heart, my mind still sometimes Pac is somewhere on an island. So
while Big Rig gone, so we could talk about it. What he looking so good? I was looking at Pac going,
bro. And I was so jealous. I was so jealous because I have cousins. Riggs know I have cousins in the Bay. And so back then, one of my favorite cousins, Tiffany, she's been on our on my panel several times. But Tiffany, their family was out there in the Bay. They stayed in the hood and in the projects, right? And they were in the circles with Pac and them.
Pac, no, he's fine.
So jealous. The people that was hanging out with the parties that they was going to, I used to be so jealous. Now Tiffany, she done since then moved back here to the old, but her sister, one of her sisters, because she got 3 sisters, one of her sisters still out in the Bay. She's been there for like 20 years or something like that. But it really affects my cousin and her sisters a lot because it wasn't like they were like in the industry or nothing like that. But the thing about Pac, they used to say he was so cool. He was so down to earth. He would kick it with anybody. He would talk to anybody. He would, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't standoffish and shit like that. He was like, he was just the nigga, just the homie in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So he is one. And I think him and Left Eye is my biggest heartbreakers.
I'm telling you, Left Eye broke my heart.
Yes, my biggest heartbreakers when I think about the people that I really, really idolized or adored, I should say.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back about the because I'm telling you, the only reason Puffy blew up was because of Biggie's passing. Think about it. There wouldn't be no Puff Daddy if we didn't hear "I'll Be Missing You," right? And that song didn't blow up. Before then, did you really hear him ever rap?
No, that song just always brings me every time I hear that song. See, I don't listen to there's certain stations.
Now like I can't listen to that Pandora, song.
It's certain stations on Pandora that it's certain songs that might come on and I'll get the thumbs down because I really get emotional when I think about Pac and Biggie and Left Eye. It's just
that song now.
Hey, how you doing, Sassy? What up, girl? How you doing, boo?
this documentary kind of made me where that song's a sore spot now, because
What it do,
now that I
Sassy? I'm
think
back.
about it, I think about like he during that song that Biggie paid for, and his family. You know what I'm saying? He made all that money off of it, and he made
all that money and left a nigga broke, and then asked for
like
the money.
he said he was gonna take care of Biggie Mama. That's bullshit.
And Biggie Mama to the day she died was not taken care of.
That made me mad, because that's your homie, that's your partner. You supposed to look out for Mama.
And they showed her in the audience when they did that tribute to him on that American Music Awards. That's fucked up.
She loved him. They said she loved him. And for him to do that, they said she is probably rolling around in her grave. Like, boy. That man, you know, one thing somebody said in the documentary, you guys, was everybody is going to be dealt with in the next life. And they said Diddy has no idea what he has coming to him. Even the bits and pieces that we have heard on the documentaries, it's not it doesn't even hit the surface, I believe, of all the shit that he done been. Remember the situation, right, Riggs? We was talking about that earlier, about the guy that was shot up. You are that bold. You are that bold to shoot somebody up in the studio, blood and guts everywhere. And then, like, the police has to come. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, they said they never saw that guy ever again. They don't know if he died. They don't know if that's just one incident.
Also, I want to touch on something, Big Rig. Earlier, when you were talking about Justin, that's his son from his first girlfriend, Misa. See, he was with Misa. That was that one dude's old lady. She was a real pretty girl. And he
Misa away from that one dude.
And then he cheated. He always taking chicks from those. Then he cheated
but
on
Misa
her.
was also messing with Wolf.
With Wolf. Yeah,
and then she started messing with the cat from fucking BMF, and that's how that whole bullshit happened.
And then Quincy,
Wolf lost his life over Misa, to be honest with you.
Wow.
See, that was they was doing some crazy stuff, because then Kim knew he was with Misa, but she got with him, and she had a son, Quincy, by Al B. Shore, and she broke up her marriage with Al B. Shore to be with him.
Al B. wasn't making no more money.
No more money.
That's why if you guys watch his documentary, he breaks all that down, because all of them were all friends. Kimora Lee Simmons, she's all a part of that too. They was all models. So these niggas was doing their money thing, getting their record labels, and they was fucking with these model brides. Fuck yeah. And they was kind of passing them around each other. You feel me? Like, oh, I want this new one right here. So Russell was fucking with one. I can't remember. I think Kim was fucking with Russell, and then Russell ended up pawning her off to fucking Harrell and them. And then she was fucking, like working in Harrell's establishment, and fucking, because he ended up wanting to fuck with Kimora Lee. So he wanted to get Kim up out of there, because he was fucking with Kim. Russell Simmons, he was like, hey, go fuck with Andre Harrell and, help him with his business or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Because you remember they said she was working at the front desk, and that's how fucking Puff, you know what I'm saying, ran into her, you know what I'm saying? But she was dealing with fucking Al B. Shore at the time. But the thing is Russell pawned her off because he wanted Kimora Lee Simmons at the time. So she came around, they was all models. He was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? And then when
everybody was just being a hoe.
Fuck yeah. So when Puff ended up getting his deal with Clyde, because Harrell let Puff go, but he let him take Biggie with him, right? So he gets the deal with fucking Clyde. They did that song with fucking what's his name? Happy Cat or some shit. What was his name? That was Biggie's first breakout. Me can't take it no more. Super Cat. When that one song, Dolly My Baby. You know what I'm saying? So when that song came out, that's the first time motherfucker seen Biggie, and not Tupac. Biggie was rapping in there too, and Biggie is sounding like fucking Biggie, all trying to be raspy and shit, because they said, Puff never had a style. He took everybody's style. Right. But when it comes to the women, though, that's how they all was apart, because they was all fucking models, that New York model shit, and they was running with these fucking big deal, you know what I'm saying? Niggas with fucking record labels. But go ahead, though. I'm on mute. I'm going to enjoy this Modelo and hear y'all talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
So everybody was sleeping with everybody.
There's a lot of shit that I was just like flabbergasted. I was floored by the shit. Like, okay, so in hindsight, when we look back at shit, like when you look back at the Source Awards that night, in hindsight, when we was watching that shit, we was gagging off of what Suge said. If you want executive producer who ain't dancing and flopping around and trying to sing in all your videos, come to death row. But when I look back at the footage and I'm looking at Dre sitting in the audience, looking like this nigga, and then you look at Faith Evans, who looked like she was cowering next to him. Do y'all remember Faith's expression on her face when she was standing next to Diddy when he said, okay, yeah, he talking about me, but regardless of how some of y'all feel, I'm proud of Dre. I'm proud of Snoop. I'm proud of, Death Row. I'm proud of Suge. And Faith is sitting there. If y'all didn't pay attention to that, when y'all get a second, just go back to that point. Faith is sitting there like she wants to crawl under a rock. Like she wants to disappear. Like she looks so, I don't know. I don't know if it was scared. It was just this expression on her face that I didn't notice in the past.
I think she knew more than she let on. To tell you the God honest truth. I think she knew more about like the situation with Pac and Biggie. I think she knew more about Puff. I think she might have been messing around with a few of them. I'm just saying.
And we do know that she was fucking around with we know she was fucking with Pac. Remember when he made that song, Hit Him Up, and he was like, you call you a player, but I fucked your wife. And it's so fun. I mean, it was funny back then because the big dude that he had in the video to represent Biggie, he was like yelling in his ear like, I'll fuck your wife. So everybody knew this nigga done fucked his wife. You know what I'm saying? But in hindsight, it's like when you look at that few seconds where she's standing at the Source Awards next to Diddy, it's just this look on her face like of regret or I don't know. And Biggie wasn't, he was, he was still here. He was still around. So it wasn't like that was after he, passed or.
No, like I'm going to say this. We all know that that Puffy's behind both of their setups.
Yeah.
Because he said that night that he didn't want to be there. He wanted to leave. And Puffy tried to claim it was the other way. But no, I can see Puffy being big-headed, thinking, oh, they ain't going to do nothing to me. But at the same time, I think he knew that they couldn't leave by a certain time because he had it set up. Because there was a rumor going around, I don't know if y'all heard about this, that Biggie was fisting to leave Puffy and start his own stuff. That was in the movie.
I heard that. Yeah.
And he was going to take I think Little Kim with him, if I'm not mistaken, because she was his artist or something like that. I don't know, but he knew if the biggest artist he had was Biggie, and if Biggie walked, right, he would lose out. He was worth more to him dead than alive. Point blank. Period.
Yep.
Look how he blew up afterward. He wouldn't be nobody if Biggie.
And Puff named his album Life After Death. That's not what Biggie was going to name his shit. Just another pointer out there, too.
Yep. He renamed it.
Well, think about this, too. Okay. So if he had left when Pac was still alive and they had left together, let's say that Biggie went with Death Row and had left Puffy in the wind. Puffy wouldn't be shit today. He would have fizzled out.
Yeah. Because I mean, he was when I look back at it, Charlie. Back then I was into music, but I didn't hear everything. I didn't see everything. You know what I'm saying? I was out there in the streets and doing whatever shit. But so I wasn't always focused on that. Every artist, every label, you know what I'm saying? But when I look back in hindsight, even when that shit happened, the stampede at the college, I don't even remember hearing about that shit back then. It was like certain things that I didn't even hear about when it came to him until like after Biggie passed. That's when everything seemed to be about Pac. I mean, not Pac, about Diddy.
But you got to remember though, Hood Table, that's back, early kind of like early mid 90s and type shit like that. So you kind of got to be in those areas for those news. Cause I remember the same thing with like 2 Live Crew and their their concerts and shit and how they was getting banned. Like we didn't hear about it like in Cali, but when you would watch MTV or something, they would talk about it on the news and you would kind of get a whiff of it. So that's why I know we didn't hear about that stampede and shit that happened out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's what it was, especially like back then. That shit was early hip hop. So they that shit really wasn't hella breaking wind like it was, because for one, motherfuckers didn't like it and they didn't want to make it no type of popularity in no type of way. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think a lot of people probably didn't really catch wind of that shit unless they was out there in New York and shit where that shit happened.
Yeah, because to hear that, and then I want y'all to say what you think about the comment that I got highlighted. But to hear that, and this ain't the first time we heard about the stampede, you know, since then. But to hear that the gymnasium was only supposed to hold like 2,000 people, and they had 5,000. They had almost 3,000 more people than what the gym allowed. And I'm looking at these people like they had to be in there like sardines, like couldn't breathe, couldn't move, none of that shit. And then the stampede trying to get up out of like. And he was not held responsible. It's so many things that he was not, even with the shine.
Yeah, he got away with a lot of situations.
Yeah, the situation where she literally shot the motherfucker up in the studio. And then the Shine situation, the lady was all fucked up in the face and shit. She said, I know for sure Diddy was the one who.
No, we didn't, Sassy. We will, though, because I was going to bring that up.
And like she said, I know for sure he was the one who shot me. It was not Shine. And so that's another thing they talk about in the documentary, how Shine did 10 years behind this motherfucker. It was just so many things that he got away with over.
Yeah, Shine ate that. Shine ate that. He probably ate that thinking, you know, Diddy was going to kind of take care of him and all that, or his family or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You know, back in the days, there was a lot of people that was like that, especially if you was kind of like the money person or kind of like, you know, somebody that kind of had a little status in the hood. They will go ahead and take the case for you. So that doesn't surprise me. You know what I'm saying? But as what Sassy was talking about, and that's going to go back to that one guy I was telling you about, Hood Table, that also is now fucking the Burroughs dude. That was the 25% guy. Yep, Kirk.
Now I do believe that story though. I do believe that he pulled a gun or a baseball bat on him and made him sign over his. I
definitely believe that, but I was just gonna touch in on how, you know, with the guy Wolf and everything, he did not want to go out there to LA unless, you know, he had his own, you know, stipulations if he was to go out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I used that word right, but he had his own, like, you know, what he wanted to happen for him to go out there. And that was his crew. And basically that was it, you know, his crew from his hood and all that type of shit, and make sure, you know, they all make it out there. And I don't even think it was a flight. I think it was almost like a bus type thing. I don't remember, but I know it was his crew and they wanted to make sure they all got out there. Puff didn't want to do that. And also Big didn't want to go either. And Big also had a thing that he was supposed to be going to London. He was supposed to be going out there overseas and getting this shit cracking. But Puff was hating on that. He was trying to shortstop that and told, no, I don't want you to go out there. I want you to go out there to Los Angeles. We just going to go out there, record at the studio. We ain't going to be doing no type of hanging around, none of that bullshit. And all they was doing was hanging around out there. And the thing is Big was in a wheelchair at the time because he had broke his leg or some old shit. So, you know, he didn't want to go out there, period, because of the fact he was in a wheelchair. Like, nigga, I can't get around. I can't wiggle or nothing. Like, what the fuck I want to go out there for? And he was just like, bro, you know what I'm saying? We just going to make this shit happen. So it's like Puff, you know, he was just moving really, really wild. And while Big was out there in LA, he did not go to any functions except for that Vibe one. And that's when they pilled him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Mace was out there too. They had Mace sewed up in the fucking hotel room, you know what I'm saying? Anything Bad Boy. And they was already being told not to go out there. That's why even when Biggie came out with that song, I was like, Biggie, you shouldn't even have did that shit, bro. That going back to Cali shit, I was like, bro, you don't do that, bro. You know, like these motherfuckers, they take that shit in a whole different light, bro.
It was a whole beef. It was like a serious ass fucking beef. And he told, what did they say? He told Biggie that he wanted him, he gave him some excuse why he wanted him close because of the beef. It had something, he used that as an excuse for him not to go to London or whatever. And then he ended up staying because Biggie had his flight secured. Everything was set.
Yeah, Puff Short stopped all that shit.
Yeah.
And if Big would have did that, Big would have still been here to this day.
Yeah.
So that's why they saying that. And even with the situation with Tupac in the studio, because Gene touched on this even more. Because Puff was there, but Puff was in the lab with whatchamacallit, man, the one that fucking got issues with 50 Cent. I can't think of his name right now. But you know, they had an issue, you know what I'm saying? And because dude had an issue with Tupac as well. You know what I'm saying? So when they went to the studio, basically Puff knew what the fuck was going on. That's why Puff was in a whole different studio, basically spying on Big, because Big and Junior Mafia was in one lab, and Puff wasn't in that lab with them. He was in the lab with old boy that set up that whole shit with Tupac. And they watching this shit from cameras because Little C said when he came in the building and got off and was about to get off in the elevator or something, he said the niggas came down and told that nigga, hey, bro, get back in that elevator. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of here. And that's when they hit Tupac. You feel me? So, you know, like everything is pointing at Puff, bro. Puff is really, really wild. And they said that was his get back, you know, for the situation that had happened, you know what I'm saying? With the Tupac thing, you know what I'm saying? For something. And he wanted to see Tupac. He always was jealous of Tupac, bro.
And they said one of the reasons was because he had announced that he fucked, you know, Faith and other things that
oh yeah, they hated him. You know what I'm saying? Everything about him. And like how I said, you know, Puff, he had to use his money to get women and shit. You know, Tupac, he had mouthpiece and everything, and bitches was on him. So like, he didn't need to do all of that. Yeah, he didn't need to do all that.
He was a hater. They said, you know what they said, you guys? They said that Diddy might have had more money or whatever than Pac. But
yeah, of course.
Pac had the girls. He was a star. He was in movies. He was a rapper. He was this. He was that. And they said Pac was doing all this shit without manipulation. And Diddy, everything that he got or everything that he did was with he was hating on Pac because Pac was just being himself. He didn't have to force people. He didn't have to
Puff didn't have a self.
Beat people up. He didn't have to kill people. He didn't have to do none of this shit for people to like him or want to be around him. But Diddy didn't want anybody to be more famous than him. And again, I want y'all to chime in on this comment that was I had on the screen. They says, let me go back to it because they said they think Diddy killed hip hop. Y'all see that comment?
Yeah, I saw it. It said that Diddy was responsible for the unaliving of both hip hop and R&B. He helped ruin it.
Okay, here's the comment right here. They said the whole thing made them emotional because Diddy helped ruin hip hop and R&B. How do y'all feel?
I wouldn't put that much on Diddy like that because I don't think his mark was that big. To be honest with you, they had a point in time where they had their hits going. That's for sure. But I don't think his mark was that big to put that much of a statement on that nigga like that. Fuck no.
Now, I could give you another way to look at it, though. If in case there was no Diddy, right? And we would have got Pac, we would have got Biggie, and they were still alive and would be OGs today, how much more music would we have gotten? But at the same time, you got to kind of look at it like a thing. If they hadn't have passed away, right? If they hadn't, would certain things have skyrocketed in a different direction? Like some of the new heads, would they have, you know, been able to come up, and would hip hop be total different? Would R&B and rap and everything be different now? So you got to look at it as a thing.
Well, you're putting it on a spin like that. I mean, I guess you can probably say something like that. I just wasn't looking at it like that. But I mean, if you're going to, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can always kind of put a rabbit hole on every fucking thing.
Yeah.
So like, you know, when you say something like that, I mean, I can kind of understand where you're coming from. I was just kind of looking more of as a whole, as the statement was kind of put out there. And
he himself did nothing. It's
I would. Right. I would. Right.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. You're saying, if you think about it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it and exactly.
He's looking at like, Puffy ain't really doing anything. You know what I'm saying? But he's not thinking about the repercussions of what Puffy did when it comes to taking out Pac.
Right.
And all that. So he's talking about Puffy's music ain't shit. But anyway, that's that point.
And sincere, you're right. Biggie had Pac's cousin. Is that Mark? It's so many people in this documentary, but I think it was Mark. I think he said Biggie and Pac was so cool. They were so close. Pac was championing him. He was supporting him. He was proud of him. He said that Pac, besides thinking that he's the best out there, he said the next person behind Pac that he thought was just the shit, that one was Biggie. He was excited about his success. He they was cool as fuck. But then Diddy was jealous.
Diddy set up the whole thing.
This motherfucker for why we need this nigga around us? And even when Diddy and Pac was going back and forth, they was like, Biggie didn't want to have shit to do with that. Biggie even said in some of the interviews, we hear him say, I don't want no beef. I'm just trying to stay out the way, out the mess. I think when Pac did what he did, he knew he had to force Biggie to fight. Because he was going back and forth with Diddy, but to really put a stamp on that shit, because it was like, okay, Diddy, I like you. Biggie, I like you. We cool. But you with this motherfucker who's coming with me, and being that you're with him, I think that it was y'all who had something to do with them trying to shoot me up. And you know who shot me up at the motherfucking studio.
Think about it coming from both their points of view. In Biggie's mind, he has no idea that Puffy set somebody up to shoot Pac.
Right.
And that's his homie. Right. Yeah. So he's like, why my homie mad? Like, I ain't have shit to do with that, man. Why he saying I had something to do with that? Because I was in the studio all day. Then you got Puck over here though. He knows that somebody in that studio set him up, because who else knew he was there? Yeah. Right. But two people. And that was Puffy, and that was the people that was in there with Biggie, because he was in the studio with Biggie. So he's like, who else would know I was showing up? And I think he thought that only Biggie knew he was showing up. I think Biggie may have told Pac and been like, yo, Puff, telling Puff, Biggie come, Pac coming over for a little bit. He gonna be in the studio with us and whatnot. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't think nothing about it, telling Puff about Pac being there.
He didn't think that would be a setup for Tupac. And so Tupac gonna automatically think, everybody didn't know the fuck I was coming over there. So
and
it's fucked
up. Puffy ruined that whole friendship.
Right. It put Biggie in a bad place, because him and Biggie was really cool. They was really friends. But Puffy so fucking jealous and a hating ass bitch. Man, like Red said earlier, like I said before, and I'm sure a lot of motherfuckers agree, it's amazing how he still walks this earth. It's amazing.
Here's my question to the ladies in the chat, and this is for you, Hood Table. Who would you rather have, Puffy or Pac? Pac!
Girl!
All day, every day. Tell me. That's why he jealous, because all the ladies want Pac.
Diddy, he was good. Music executive wise.
Hey, look at your chat, Hood Table. Something happened. Breaking news. Something happened. Look at your chat.
What? Actor and director Rob Reiner, aka Meathead, from All I Found. What? Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up later. All in the Family was one of my favorite shows. Some of y'all,
was the son-in-law. He was the son-in-law.
Yeah, some of y'all probably don't remember that show. Yeah, okay. Wow.
Sassy said their son killed them.
Ooh.
Wow. Sassy said she saw that earlier. Oh, wow.
But yeah, I'm not trying to derail anything. I just said you just had some breaking news. But back to what y'all was saying.
Okay. Cislo be on it. We was with live with Cislo Friday night, discussing that shit that happened in fucking Warren, Michigan. Y'all saw that shit where that lady had went live for like 4-5 hours on Facebook as a standoff after she killed somebody who she accused of being responsible for killing her husband's or drugging her husband. Did y'all see that?
Hold on, Hood Table. Did you play our jingle?
That was some shit. Oh no.
Oh no, come on, man.
Look at her scratching the back of the head like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, let me. Okay.
And I'm gonna get my dab on real quick. So yeah, let that play real quick, and we're gonna jump right back
on my neck, y'all. They on my neck. See what happens after we come from a 2-month break? I forget how the shit's supposed to go. All right. Now let me tell y'all, if y'all don't know, you better ask somebody about Charlie, okay? Charlie created this theme song for Riggs and I'm about to play it right now. Hold on, let me find it. And I absolutely love it. But yes, let me go ahead and play this right now while we take a little break, okay? We're going to get back into the conversation. And again, feel free to hit that link, y'all, if y'all want to jump up here, okay? All right, do I got it already? Ooh, where is it? Charlie. I can't believe I don't have it already up here. You know what? Bad host. Very bad host.
You killing me. You making me laugh.
I'm sorry. I am a very bad host because I should have fucking had this shit already up here. You know what?
Should I have way too many emails? I was trying to run through my emails.
I'm about to say, I'm up here trying to go through my email and they telling me I need to sign the fuck in. Like, when did I sign the fuck out? Hold on.
Bear with us, y'all. Bear with us.
Like and share the video, y'all. Okay, here we go. This motherfucker. I thought, see, in this StreamYard, all this new shit on here. I could have sworn I had our shit on here. I promise y'all. Okay.
I got it for you. You want me to pull it up?
I think I got it.
I think you got it.
From the block to the hood table, big rig slaps and cake decorating diva, discussing local issues, national news too, encouraging y'all to like or share and subscribe. We bring the heat, keeping it real tight, from the White House to the gutter we report right. Welcome to the show, where we break it down, from the block to the hood table, it's all around. Sexy side profile man, the one and only big rig slaps in the cake decorating diva, the one and only the hood table, with news you can't use and subjects that need to be spoke. From the block to the hood, from the White House to the broke, we got many different topics and subjects. Grab your seat, get your popcorn, let's get ready. Talking about everything under the sun, from education to health, we here to run. Engage with us, spread the word far and wide. Appreciate y'all, thank you for the support. We bring the heat, keeping it real tight, from the White House to the gutter we report right. Welcome to the show, where we break it down, from the block to the hood table, it's all around. Sexy side profile man, the one and only big rig slaps in the cake decorating diva, the one and only the hood table, with news you can use and subjects that need to be spoke. From the block to the hood, from the White House to the broke, we got many different topics and subjects. Grab your seat, get your popcorn, let's get ready.
If y'all could see me, Jay,
I like the way they say, "Let's get ready."
Let's get ready.
I love that part, boy. I don't give a fuck what anybody say.
If you knew
I
how
be
many
back
damn
here-
songs I made. The
I
hood
think we
table,
got. I
though.
think we got one of the hardest jingles. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping
I
it
be
up.
back here jamming like this is like a top 10 nationwide. I be back here like, hey, hey. But that's my shit right there. Thank you, Charlie.
Oh, you're welcome. See, that's my cake decorating diva and my sexy side profile, man. See, that's my joke
Ooh,
with
I
my
just love it.
bro.
I'm telling you,
that's close to
Charlie,
it too,
one
man.
day
That
she
started
just
from the
hit me up,
beginning.
and Charlie hit me up and she sent me like 3 at first or something. And that one, I was listening to all of them now. You credit, they all was good. But that one, and you know, we had the conversations about why they didn't work because
Some
somehow
of them were,
AI,
yeah.
the AI, the AI wasn't AI in, okay? So when I heard that one, I was like, it was kind of like when my niece, when I had put out a contest when the Hood Table first got created, and I put out a contest locally, all the rappers, anybody who give me a theme song, I'll pay you this much money, right? And so my niece, she was busy like traveling and all that kind of stuff for her music, and so I didn't hit her up because I didn't think she had time. And so everybody, including cousins, was sending me these rap songs for the Hood Table theme song, and they just wasn't hitting. And so then my niece, when she got back into town, she said, "Auntie, why you didn't hit me up to do your song?" She said, "I'll have your song by morning." Y'all hear every time when I go live what my niece put down on the track. And it was like once I heard her shit, that's the same way I felt about Charlie with this song. I was like, that's it. That's the fucker right there.
Yeah,
That's
you
it.
played. That's the fucker. You played like two for me, and then when I heard that one, I just like I don't even want to hear no more. I'm good.
Yes. I
I
was
just
like,
cut it. I just cut it short. Like I don't because it
and
already
he,
rang to me. So like even if I would have heard something that could have maybe been better or whatever, it wouldn't have been the same. That one just it jumped at me.
yep. And that's true, Charlie. When he heard when I played that one for him, he was like, damn, this is shit right there. I was like, yep, that's Charlie. She did it again. So yeah, shout out to Charlie for our theme song. I really appreciate you, boo.
I made like 35 songs. I admit it.
Yeah, go ahead and delete those 35. We don't need them.
I know we don't need them. We don't need them. Yes, Sassy. She did that. She did that. I was like, oh my God, I love it. I mean, I was like, it was crazy because I'm telling you, it took me back to when my niece made the theme song for the Hood Table. I was in my car when she sent it to me, and I was and I plugged it into my phone into the speaker. And I swear to God, I played my niece's song over and over and over again all the way till I got home. I could not stop listening to it. That's how I feel about this song. I just love it. But yeah.
And
So
we didn't rob people like Diddy did. Okay, sorry. Just saying that. Shout out to Thailand music.
you know what? Charlie gonna take all our advance.
360 deal like crazy. Like, here's my thing.
Like, hold up.
Would y'all have signed that
You're gonna be
contract
having
for
us
fame?
in court in 2026. Talking about they owe me like $10,000. But yeah, if anybody else wants to hit the link, or if y'all want to discuss any other topics, I think Charlie want to discuss something. She want Riggs to get back first. But feel free to hit the link if y'all want to jump up here and discuss anything on
Okay,
top.
so I know you probably know more about it, Big Rig. All right, you know the Keefy D tape when it came out. I didn't know that he tried to make a deal and they had him taped. That was my first time hearing that. Now I don't know if somebody else released it and I missed it or what had happened was. I always knew he had something to do with it because we heard his interview. You know, in his interview, he told on himself, right? But they could never link Puffy to the money, right? They could never do. That's why they ain't got him yet. But my question is, with that situation coming out, how he got with the deal, even though it wasn't, you know, how do you feel like knowing that that's the only reason Puppy was walking free?
You're saying because of Keefy D?
Yeah, keep it. Well, no, Keep It D. He's Puffy ordered the hit, right? And Keep It D carried it out. Him and his little nephew and stuff, right?
Orlando.
Yeah, his peoples carried it out, right? Because Puffy ordered it, and whatnot. Um, Puffy himself being able to walk scot free. Like, do you think it's because they didn't have enough evidence? They couldn't take KVD's word for it?
Well, yeah, I mean, the way Puff was moving and everything, it's like, I don't want to say fall guys or anything like that, because when Keefe D, it's really hitting the fan for him right now. So you're gonna start hearing a lot more different shit coming out of Keefe D. That's a fact.
What's going on with him?
Well, they really trying to pin this on him right now because he was talking too much, like you said. So now recently it's starting to bite him in the ass, you know what I'm saying? And they lightweight trying to charge him with this shit.
Yep, his trial starts next year in 2026, and I will be tuned in.
So now you're gonna hear a whole different side, Charlie, of Keefe D, because he was doing a little bit too much. Because see, what he was doing was they was kind of blaming this on the people that had passed away since the situation happened, and he was just talking too much. But you in all these situations, bro. You know what I'm saying? So now shit kind of coming down his door. You know what I'm saying? So now it's coming down his door like that, you know what I'm saying? Because they thinking they can't pin it on nobody because everybody dead, but this dude's speaking on every fucking thing. So now they're like, well, shit, we can go ahead and we can get your motherfucking ass. So now you're gonna start hearing a whole different stories coming from this motherfucker. I guarantee you that.
Because he wrote a book and he did that interview with Vlad.
He did a lot of interviews.
Yep. He sure did. But you know what, Charlie? When I look at it's easy for us to say, "What up? How you doing, Noble? AKA God spells 777. What's up?
What it do, God spell? What it do?"
A lot of people can speculate and make these accusations and doubt some of these people who are coming forward. Why everybody talking now? Why? Because he locked up. I was talking to Riggs earlier about the power thing and how a lot of people say that Diddy was this gangster, even though his mother didn't necessarily raise him that way. She tried to send him to the best schools and all this kind of stuff. But as far as like people speaking out and coming forward, including Keefe, I do believe that we look at Puffy and we just see who the fuck scared of him. You know what I mean? Like who the fuck scared of him? But then when you look at Puffy in hindsight to all the shit that people is coming out with, like he was a terrorizer. He was not only just a manipulator, he not only was a narcissist, he not only was, he was very abusive. I believe so many of the stories, it's kind of like the R. Kelly syndrome. How even though he married Aaliyah, even though he urinated all over this little girl, and everybody from y'all hood to my hood in the projects here, I saw that motherfucking video back in the day. And it's like people can continue to say what somebody did, and people always want to say, well, if they really did that, why didn't you leave? Why didn't you report it? But that's why I was asking you guys, do y'all really believe that he was this big ass gangster? Like, what did they say? They said this motherfucker act like he was fucking Scarface. Like he was like
I'm gonna say this, in my opinion,
people don't believe because they're speaking up now. But the judge even was like, "You're not getting out of this motherfucking jail because we even think that you would go get out of here and cause harm to some of the witnesses." Like this mother, I
think he would get like the only reason he had those connections because he had that money. He's not a real street dude, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure some street dudes could talk about it. He would get chin checked in the hood. I'm just saying.
And then he had to have all these Crips around him to have all this extra power. And then did you see the interview where he was like, "Oh y'all, did y'all see the interview when he was really young and he had that little wave nouveau or whatever the fuck he had, the little half Jerry curl in his head when he was like
in his dancing days with Stacey Lattisaw?
Why would I hang around with Crips? What kind of person? What kind of child?" I'm looking at this motherfucker like,
because Suge and all them was blood, so he was getting the opposition.
Right, but he's up here in this interview talking.
That's why you would, bro. Like people ain't stupid, bro. Like that's For him to even make that
Dog.
statement, it's like you look hella dumb, bro. Then why you fucking with these LA cats? Then why ain't you fucking with your New York folks? Like,
But
what
did
you
y'all
need these
see?
LA cats and shit? You know what I'm saying?
But did y'all see him looking at the interview guy? With he just looking so pure and innocent. Me fuck around with Crips? Why on earth would I do something like that? Child, I was like, this motherfucker. And what's up, Noble?
What up, though? How y'all doing?
What
What it
up,
do?
though?
What it do?
Man, long time no see with this platform with
I
the hood table
know.
and big rigs, man.
We back.
All right, y'all stay here, man, because the streets ain't streeting right now, as far as I'm concerned. But like with this Diddy shit, I think that he would have been all right if he wouldn't have got that tattoo on his back. I think he would have been. I think we wouldn't even be talking about Diddy right now if he wouldn't have got that tattoo on his back. And I keep
What's the
explicitly
tattoo on his back?
the tattoo on his back is of a Haitian voodoo goddess by the name of Irizuli Dantour. That is a protector
Oh.
of women, children. A lot of people say Irizuli Frida is for the LBGTQ, but when it comes to spirituality, I don't even look at gender and then like that type shit. But the energy that that deity represents is the protection of women and children. You know what I'm saying? And for him to have gotten that tattoo on his back of that Haitian goddess, whether he practiced the shit or not, it was a total violation of the energy that
Right, like the irony.
yeah, it's like that's the Black Madonna, that's the Virgin Mary, that's the Great Mother. He's actually been, when I saw the way he did Cassie, but yet you got that tattoo on your back. The way you did, what's her name? That did the book,
Yeah. Oh,
Kim
you talking
Porter.
about Kim?
Kim Porter. The way she
Yeah.
did, the way he did
Actually, so
the chick,
all of them.
the way he did the chicks in Dirty Money, the way he did his artists. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get big until he actually got with Clyde Davis after the shit that happened at that little basketball thing. Then he got with Andre Harrell, who introduced him to Clive Davis. He left Uptown. He started Bad Boy. Clyde Davis was his bankroll. We all know who Clyde Davis is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And they said
So,
that he kind of try to make his life like Harrell. The way Harrell was running shit and with all these different women and all the different things that
but
he
if,
was
but
doing. Everything but
but
the
if,
baby wall.
but if you look at the pictures with him and Andre Harrell, they look like look real close, don't they? They look
Champagne.
real close.
Look real
Champagne.
close.
They look closer than
Real
close.
close.
They look closer than most.
The way that hair was wrapped around him.
Oh shit,
Look,
that's my shit
I'm gonna
right
say
there.
this. I know for a fact Mr. Big Rig Slaps would not let any man put his hand around him and hold him as the little spoon. I'm just saying.
I'm not
Absolutely
gonna let
not.
that happen.
Oh, we all
Uh,
gonna have a problem.
unless he's my son. But if I'll let my son embrace me and hold me and whatever. But
Right.
average nigga on that, you ain't about to get that close to me like that. We're
Like,
not
get
gonna
off
be
me,
hugged up on
motherfucker.
the
Get the
couch.
fuck off me. Shit.
No, hell, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna be hugged up on the couch like that.
Unless that's your and I'm not trying to raise. I'm just saying as a man, unless that's your, preference. But
Nah,
shit.
we dap up and we shake hands, we do that back buddy shit, that pat on the back hug shit. We don't do all them embraces like
Or
that.
do one of those what they be doing when they lift their hand up the thumbs and all that shit.
But yeah,
Hell
he violated when he put that Haitian voodoo goddess on his back. Yeah, that's when his whole life deteriorated. Go back and do the research and when shut up, Pete. Go back and do the research when he got that tattoo on his back and see when it started spiraling down, falling for him.
He should have messed with the
It's pretty
ancestors.
wild.
Yeah, for real. That's
What
real
up,
shit.
Rooster?
Yeah, that's
Also,
my rooster. Yeah, I
if
got chickens and roosters. Yeah, that's my
think about it
rooster.
like this: you messing with
No,
a
because
deity
I'm like,
that protects women, and you are an abuser of women and children.
Yes,
What do you think that deity gonna do to you?
right.
Making a
It's not
mockery of
over.
her.
It's
Making a
going.
mockery.
It's gonna even get his generations. It ain't gonna stop. It's over for his
well, y'all
generations.
know he still got
With
hundreds of
Charlie, that's
lawsuits.
just like church people though. Charlie, they be preaching like they hell in the church, and they be the crookedest, coldest,
Right.
Oh, you're right.
Exactly.
evilest motherfuckers in the world, man.
Exactly.
And y'all
I
know he still
practice
got
it.
all those lawsuits out there. He ain't done. Like he's sentenced for his crime that they convicted him of, but there's still a whole bunch of lawsuits out there that he's dealing with. And this shit, as far as his future, I don't know what kind of future he's going to have, if he has a future. I mean, in the industry, in the entertainment world, they done took all his what do you call them? When you
Endorsement.
endorsements. They done took
Yeah.
all his endorsements for everything that he was involved in.
Okay.
And
So what do you think about people saying? And this is a question that I want to ask a lot of people. Is like, what do y'all think about people saying that 50 Cent is tearing down another black man with this documentary?
yeah, we did talk about that a
I
little
don't.
bit earlier. But I'll let Charlie chime in, and then I'll follow.
I don't think he's tearing down anything. I think he's exposing the truth. And here's the thing: if we don't stand up against people who do that kind of thing, right? Who are we? We're letting this man abuse women, men, all different kind of people, right? He's abusing the power that he has gotten, and that people have put behind him. The support from the people. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna let this continuously happen over and over again. No, he was supposed to stand up and say something. You know what I'm saying? He was supposed to be a person of value. And technically, 50 just put the money behind it. It was already put together. They just needed a backer, was all it was. And 50 was a backer.
Yeah, because I kept wondering, like, okay, let me say this first, then I'm gonna piggyback off what Charlie said. I had mentioned at the beginning of the show, I asked Riggs how he felt about what people were saying about Diddy, this documentary, that 50 just being petty and whoop whoop whoop. And I was like, I appreciate, and I'm just being 100. I appreciate. I don't care if you black, white, Puerto Rican, Philippine, African. If you are destroying people's lives, if you are abusing people, children, the things that we see that we have heard about all our lives, like a lot of us who are involved in the community. And when I say the community, I mean we love hip hop, we love R&B, we love this particular arena and all the shit that we done heard over the motherfucking years. And it's like you hear the shit, but you be thinking, nah. Like even like the Illuminati and all that kind of shit. You hear the shit, but you be thinking, nah, that shit ain't real.
Not in hip hop.
You be thinking that shit ain't real. Like you hear about Diddy doing all these freak offs and all that kind of shit. You be like, nah. But when you hear so many people tell the same story over and over, year after year after year after year, decade after decade, and then somebody comes out here and be like, I'm gonna wrap all this shit up in a bow. Go ahead, do it. Because the thing that I really hate that disgusts me the most, especially when it comes to these executive producers in the music industry and the entertainment, whether it's film, movie, whatever, especially when it comes down to the children. And a lot of these people get away with doing shit to children too. And don't nobody say shit. Then years later, oh yeah, I recall when he had this little boy in this room, and I walked past and I heard the little boy screaming for help. And then, like, no, these motherfuckers need to be outed. I don't give a fuck who they are. I don't care if they look like me, if they come from the hood like me, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Like that
Right.
shit needs to be out there. Yeah, 50 is petty. He's petty than a motherfucker. But if he had to be the one to do it, I stand behind him.
I think he'd be petty for the right reasons.
Right.
Because this reason right here, I think if it was a person that didn't look like us that put it out, it would have got the same type of backlash that it got if 50 put it out. I think that it was a well put together documentary.
Yeah.
It exposed some things that we knew and some things that we did not know and some things that people, the younger generations, didn't know anything about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially about Heavy D and Finesse and Quest, the real hip hop shit of where Puffy came from and who he was really involved with. And that's why I think that it's going to be a part 2 to the documentary because the rabbit hole goes deep. Puffy wasn't alone.
Yes.
And I really don't think that it would do justice if we just don't call all these motherfuckers out.
Yes, and that's true. That's true, Sincere. That was Lil Rod. Lil Rod, the one who was staying with him, who he did not pay up until this day. Like he produced damn near that whole album for him, and neglected his family and everything to make sure he did this for Diddy because he just knew it was going to be a big payout. I'm gonna take care of my family. I'm gonna do this for my kids. You know, all that kind of shit. And he would wake up sore and shit. Like, like what
remember,
the fuck?
it was really down to it.
Imagining this shit? Am I like? Why am I sore down here? Yeah,
you think he might have been? Y'all remember that recording that came out?
But
that was supposedly Diddy. Do you remember that recording of the slapping in the booty and all that that came out? Do you think that could have been him? Because they tried to say it was who they tried to say that was?
That was Meek Mill. Let's go back.
Meek Mill, yeah. Right.
Let's go back to 2016. This when he got that tattoo on his back. I'm telling y'all, look, I'm letting y'all know Diddy is done. He's finished. He's kaput. There's nothing that can be better for him. The only thing that he can do is just take his punishment, his divine retribution, and pray that his grandchildren don't catch it.
Man.
Because he's done a lot of bad things. And this is coming from the grave of Kim Porter. This is coming from the grave of those that he's done bad. He's even fucked over a lot of people. This goes beyond karma. This ain't got nothing to do with karma.
Do y'all think he unalived Kim?
Right.
I do.
I think he had something to do with it.
Yeah, I think he had something to do
Lord
with it.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but
I think he did.
The healthiest as a fucking racehorse. I mean, she was like the healthiest, and then all of a sudden just come down from this shit. And so, you know, at first when she put that book out, you know, a lot of people's like, well, and what's up, Nurse K? How you doing, love?
What it do, Nurse K? What it do?
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. But when it came to that book, you know, a lot of people speculated, even when I first heard about it, I was like, what, Noble, was that you who had me read the book? Or it was you? Okay. And so at first, me and Noble had this conversation. And I was like, I don't know, Noble. People are trying to say that the person who put the book out, they just trying to get paid and woo. But when I actually read the book, I was like, I could hear Kim's voice from the grave.
Right.
Like, that shit along with all the other shit we done heard from hundreds and thousands of other people, it seemed like, I was like, yeah, he did that shit, even down to the shit with I'll be motherfucking sure.
Now check this out, Hood Table. Check this out. Now it just goes back into what I said as far as the 50 Cent when he put the documentary out. This was a black guy, right? Same shit when the white guy put the book out. He got the same backlash that 50 Cent is getting out right now. So it don't matter. The truth is the truth no matter what skin color is on. This shit got to get called out no matter what.
You know what? Sincere, I was saying earlier, I said I believe Diddy has a lot of shit on a lot of people.
Yeah.
Most people like Diddy, they have a lot of shit. I believe Diddy has X-Files. I mean, files. Oh, I'm serious, y'all. I'm so serious. Like, the accusations, like the girl Aubrey O'Day, how just recently, years later, she finds out that Diddy SA'd her, the R word, him and other guys, while she was passed out drunk. A lady saw the shit, didn't say shit. Then years later, she hits her up and says, "I have a confession to make. I happen to see you being, you know, you was under the influence, you were limp, you were basically passed out, and Diddy and this person and that person was doing this to you." Like, I firmly believe that he's done a lot of people to people that they don't even know what was done to them.
I'm gonna tell you this though, Hood Table. I really don't think he got no more leverage because after the feds raided his house, they took a lot of that shit. And
Yeah.
so if anything, Diddy is gonna play like the Epstein guy. You know what I'm saying? He gonna turn state's evidence. He about to rat out everybody, just like Ghislaine Maxwell,
Yes.
just like Harvey Weinstein, just like all these motherfuckers, just like Jeffrey Epstein ain't. I don't think that he's dead. I really don't. I think he just playing the game and putting all the pieces together. Do y'all notice how many of these Hollywood and celebrity pedos and all these rings being exposed ever since that man Jeffrey Epstein was put in jail?
Okay, hold on. Let's discuss this real quick. Now,
He's definitely gone because they couldn't afford to have that man alive with this type of situation.
Yeah,
All right. I'm not
that's your
disputing.
belief. You have every right to believe what you believe. You know,
Yeah.
No, but that's a good,
But
nice
I
back and
believe-
forth though. But that's the only reason why I would
he's
think
gone.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they sniped his ass because he had too much. The same way that motherfucking the president been trying to keep them from revealing the documents and all that kind of shit on that dude, because I feel like there's going to be a whole bunch of people implicated in those documents. And I believe that they got rid of his ass thinking that nobody would ever, you know what I'm saying? Like, find out about all the deets or all those
It was
documents.
a lot of people, and it was a lot of celebrities at the Diddy parties too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of politicians, a lot of people that was messing with Puff.
Including Trump, the one who don't want the documents out. He the main one who don't want them documents out.
Because if you think about it, he was gold pardon Diddy.
He sure was.
Until this documentary came out, and then he was actually talking about pardoning Diddy until this documentary came out.
Oh, if he would have pardoned Diddy.
Well, the thing is with those parties and stuff, you got to remember, y'all, there's like a lot of, also older type men, and you know what I'm saying, they love being around younger women, which has always been kind of weird to me. Like, to each their own, but there's no way because she's 18 years old I would want to date her. We have nothing in common.
Right, exactly.
So like when you see that type of activities, it doesn't surprise me if they would even go younger. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like, and it seems like them people that be having that money and shit like that, there's a lot of sick people out there because, for one, they got money. So money is power, like I was telling you earlier, Hood Table. So, they may have people in pocket or have like some type of lawyers or some type of pool in their area, know some judges. Maybe the judges might be nasty and dirty. You know what I'm saying? It all intertwines with each other. Like, it's a whole money thing.
A society.
It's a tax bracket. Yeah, there's levels to all this shit. You feel me? So like, fuck, man, none of that shit surprises me in any type of way. Them parties be off the hook. People that already spoke on being there and seeing, like, walking by rooms. Yeah, it's been comedic, but I believe it. You know what I'm saying? I fucking believe that shit.
I believe everything down to the parties, and I believe a lot of people who spoke up later, like what's his name from Empire, Lucius Lyon. What's his real name?
I can't think of it. Terrence
okay,
Howard.
Terrence, he was one of the ones, just one of the ones who was like, yeah, I saw the shit they was doing. I said, shit, fuck that shit. Let me get the fuck out of here.
You see what Nurse K said? I didn't hear about that.
It's a lot of motherfuckers who saw and heard what was goings on at Diddy's parties. Even Finney, he said years ago, hell no, I will never go to a. People already knew what was going on, and I called it a community. Somebody told me, don't call it a community. I said,
remember,
no, I call it a community. Like the shit that they do in those circles, it's a fucking community. Like they protect each other. And they protect predators of children, predators of women, predators of boys. They
Right,
protect predators.
right, right,
It's
and, and that's why I came on. I'm about to get a drop down, and that's why I came up here. I just want to bring awareness to the spiritual implications of it. You know what I'm saying? The gall of a lot of people that practice spiritual shit and don't know what the fuck they be doing, and they damn themselves like this nigga did. You don't do that. And we see his lifestyle and the way that he did women and children. It's bringing tears to my eyes while I'm talking about it. The way he did them, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even put allegedly on the shit because it's a history on the shit. Not only him, but the people he been around.
absolutely.
And so when you put someone that we revere in my culture and we revere in my community, in my practice, and you put our deity on your back, you get everything you deserve. And that's a warning to anybody that want to dibble and dabble and not be properly initiated and not know the real true practices and not be humble enough to know what type of energy you dealing with. Good riddance to motherfuckers like that.
Absolutely. That's how I feel too.
It's just like playing with Jesus Christ or playing with Allah or playing with anything, playing with it, but yet doing a total opposite of what those deities represent.
So they
You
think they're
deserve
God.
any
They think they're
retribution.
God.
You're not God. That
Do
do you
proves
remember?
that proof right there.
They have a God-like mentality. Like,
When you're
can't
God,
nobody stop. Like, what's that song? Can't stop, won't stop.
listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. When you're God, and this is in our community, where I come from, what I practice, God is being in complete union with everything around you, even the deities, everything, your ancestors, everything. That's when you eat the 9, circle 7. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean you're the supreme being of all creation. It meaning that you God of your environment, of your own thoughts, your own deeds. You know you control this shit. You in control of your cipher 7. You know what I'm saying? You just not out here just stupid and crazy. You have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to know how to circumnavigate your environment. That what makes you God. And that could be anybody in the material world. It don't mean you the creator God most high. It just means that you know how to manipulate the forces that God gave you on this planet to make your life pleasing, to make you control your shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is. And I'm gonna drop down with that. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all, man. This just another side of Noble people don't know. But
Appreciate you,
I
bro.
just had
Appreciate
to
you.
come up here and give people divine warning and instruction. Stop playing with Mother Nature. Stop playing with the mother. Especially a nigga like that, putting her on his back. That's the great mother. That's Erasuli Dantor. That's Mami Wata. That's the great mother. You playing with, that's the Black Madonna. That's the Virgin Mary. Look at that picture. Look at it.
Yeah, you're right, Sincere. The secret societies. That's why
Stop
some people
playing
call
with
them
it.
societies. I call them communities, societies. To me, they all the same thing. They protect each other. They keep each other's secrets, and they pass that money around. They pass kids around. They pass women around. They pass. It's all the same to me, and it's all wickedness. It's all.
Y'all remember what Denzel said? He would always leave the parties before a certain time because he said the devil comes out at night.
Denzel, Terrence Crawford, 50, them was just a few of the people that we done heard over the years say, hell no. It's like when your mama tell you to come home before the street light. That's how some of them celebrities was. we getting the fuck out of here before
They knew at 12 o'clock midnight. Time to leave.
The
All
Time to
right,
leave.
y'all be good. I'm about to get ready to get up out of here, man. I love y'all, man. Love, peace,
All
and
right, you
light.
be good, bro.
Love you too.
All right, out.
All right, take care. And nobody got the roosters in the background and everything. But yeah, the freaks come out at night. They like, let before Diddy.
The table be like, I got to go. Big Rigs be like, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's roll out. It's time to leave now. The loot's coming out.
Charlie, let me be real, real, with you guys. Like some of y'all know that I used to be in a singing group back in the 90s. We was called Nubian Voices. Okay. And I used to want to be a star. I used to want to be famous, world known, out the gutter, out the dirt, out the, you know what I'm saying? And just, I wanted to be the SWVs. It was like 3 or 4 of us in a group. And we didn't make that. Some of the girls in our group got pregnant. We just had all kind of different things going on, right? But when I look back and see all the shit, like all the shits, all the celebrities that got their foot in the door, they got abused and taken advantage of, and they're back out, they doing normal jobs like we are right now. You know what I'm saying? Struggling 9 to 5, whatever, robbing Peter to pay Paul, you know what I'm saying? And some of them got abused and taken advantage of. The things that some of them went through, because they had the same dreams that I have. I have to thank God that, okay.
What's the price of fame?
When it comes to the price of fame, when it comes to money, period, when it comes to being rich, being a millionaire, oftentimes we ask ourselves or we ask people, why the fuck this person get to have all this? They're evil, they're horrible, they're a monster, but they're rich as the fuck, and we got these people over here starving and can barely pay their bills and working 2-3 jobs. Why does God seem to make sure certain people are really wealthy who don't deserve it? And my thing is, I think God knows that if more of us were that wealthy and that rich, that the world would be a much darker place.
It's also because you blessed and highly favored.
Right. A lot of people who get rich, or before they get rich, they be like, oh, if I hit the Powerball, oh, if I do this, I'll still be the same person. I'll give to the needy. I'll give to the poor. But a lot of people get rich and famous, and they turn really dark and cold. So I think that's why not so many people are blessed beyond measures. You know what I'm saying?
It's wild though. What I was just thinking, it's kind of off topic. You know what I'm saying? But you kind of said something. Hold on. Excuse me. You kind of said something that it really makes a lot of sense with everybody around the world, and that would be that fucking is powerful. Like once you start fucking, it can change your whole life. Like how you just said, you guys wanted to do the whole SWV thing and everything like that, have a group, but then, some people started getting pregnant and whatnot. And that happens like with a lot of people, even with like football stars or singers or dancers. Once you let fucking in your life, it's like the coldest thing ever, man. And I never really tripped on that. But when you said that, it just was just like, wow, man, you know how many people have changed their direction just for the simple fact they let sex into their life. You know what I'm saying? They started having sex and it was fucking fantastic and great, because it is. And it's just like I don't want to say it derailed your shit, but it just changed your direction in life. Some people ended up having kids. They weren't expecting them, but I don't see kids as a mistake. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying it can change your whole whatever you had planned. Whatever you had planned. You know what I'm saying?
I was the only one that wasn't knocked up. I mean, I literally.
I just had to bring that to attention real quick, because that's some real shit. And I might fuck around and have a stream on that, man, because that shit's pretty wild, man. Because that is real deal. Once you let sex in your life, even if you're young, you know, when you're young and you had your partners or whatever, and they had kids at an early ass age, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But look, back to what we was doing. I'm off that shit, man. The Modelo kicked in. I'm off it. Let's go.
But you're right, Riz. I was the only one. All my friends had kids before I had kids. I mean, they kids damn near 2, 3, 4 years old before I had my first one. And I was like, I didn't plan. We don't plan to have kids, but the shit happened.
Right. You know
I'm like,
what I'm
damn,
saying?
you couldn't use protection, bitch.
Right. You selfish motherfucker.
Whole life is over because you had a fucking kid, bitch. I could have been SWV. We could have been escaped.
Right. And it does, sincere. It really does, sincere.
Yeah.
It does. You know what I'm saying? And it's like people probably don't really be tripping, but once you let sex in your life, because you're gonna enjoy it, especially if you do it on some good shit. You know what I mean? You're gonna enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna want to do it again.
It's always enjoyable with the right person. Right, Charlie? It's always enjoyable with the right person.
Yeah, because you can have some good, you can have some bad, but once you feel that endorphin rush for the first time, and that
right, you know, the circumstances for sure gotta be there, but usually,
Riz,
you know what I'm saying?
When gotta have this topic on.
Well, it came from you, Hood Table. You made a statement, and I was just like, you know, that happens to everybody. Though, like they'll have plans, and the next you know they'll have, you know, a kid or something. It's like you hear that shit.
World, and y'all know the Hood Tables get a little loose.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. Back to the topic. Hey, shout out to the chat, man. I wasn't trying to derail nothing. No. It just came over me.
This one time, I'll be like, but no.
I got something that'll tie this all together because it does go.
Yeah, let's tie it all up.
It goes with that. It goes with the industry, right? If you listen to the song "SEX" by Life Jennings, right? Heard you just turned 17 and finally got some hips. Hustlers on the bar go crazy when you lick your lips. Mm-hmm. They just want relations. They don't want relationships. Welcome to the real world. That song right there, if you listen to it, that song right there speaks a lot, because not only like when you yourself are young and you're getting into doing that, right? And let's say you're a young woman like Cassie in the industry, right? And you realize that your body and your beauty can be used to uplift you, right? See, they knew what they was doing when they groomed that young lady. She wasn't but what, 17, 18 years old. She was a kid herself.
Very young, right? Very naive. Yeah.
And so she's thinking, oh my God, he's got all this money. He's got all this power. He loves me. He wants me. I'm going to be his wife. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. So she's got these big dreams in her head.
And you follow behind Kim Porter. Like, I'm following behind Kim Porter. What? This nigga want me?
And so we see this in the industry, right? A lot. These young women, they get in there and then they're thrown out. Same thing for the young men. They use them the same way. They use them up and they spit them out. How many one-hit wonders do you know that did not make it far in the industry because either they said no to a proposition or they were used up?
That's what I said, Charlie. That's what I've been saying. Like, in hindsight, when I hear all this bullshit we've been hearing over the last 10, 20 years, my biggest question has always been, what the fuck happened to Tevin Campbell? What the fuck happened to this person? What the fuck happened to that person? These were some amazing, talented, these motherfuckers sang better than grown-ups. And they just fall off the motherfucking map, never to be heard of. Like I said, these societies, these communities that they in, a lot of motherfuckers, there's a special place in hell because it don't make no sense how so many people were talented and they were one-hit wonders and we just never heard from them again. And then years later, we do hear about a little bit here and there years later oh, we think this person messed with this person, or that person say they was touched by that person. They destroy, I believe, a lot of youth. Their lives has been totally destroyed. And then you see them on drugs. You see them doing the S word, the ooh-eyed, whatever.
Orlando Brown.
Like Tracy Pieces, the ooh-eyed. You know, you see like all these children that are either taking themselves out of here, or they on drugs, they in rehab every other fucking month.
Have you looked up the 27 Club?
No.
If you look that up, it's going to shock the crap out of you. How many of the young people passed away at the age of 27 specifically? And you can look up there even younger than that. Almost every, like there was at least, I could name 6 or 7, like teen heartthrobs during my generation when I was in the 90s, right? That are no longer here with us because they were used. Like Corey Haim, that's one of them. You know, he played in the Lost Boys.
Fuck with Corey Haim. Hell yeah, I fuck with Corey.
Oh, fuck that. Corey Haim, and what's his name? The other one from
Corey Feldman.
Yes,
fuck with Corey Feldman. And dude from License to Drive.
I had a few white guys back during those times that had posters on my wall. I had a few of them on my wall. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't even gonna lie.
If you look it up, there's a lot of them that passed away because of drug use, and it was because those producers were doing things and giving those kids drugs. They literally stated there was the one from Kenan and Kel, the one that played Kenan. The only reason he didn't have the same experience that some of those other kids did on Nickelodeon was because his mama would not let him hang out with them after time was up. She kept him home, and she invested his money.
I'm here at the table. I'm just going to dab real quick.
Okay. That would be me. That would be me. I would be there if my child is going to be in the industry, there are parents who quit their jobs because I understand my child is talented. I understand they could be this big famous person. You know, I understand this. I don't want to stifle their, you know, their progress or whatever, but I'm not going to just hand them over to you. I'm going to quit my job. There's some parents who sacrifice. It's the ones who usually didn't sacrifice whose children were fucked with. And I'm not blaming it on I can't totally blame it on the parents because we always have to blame it on the predator as well, right? People are quick to say, oh, Aaliyah's parents, we were paid. Oh, you know, we quick to put the blame on the parents, especially with R. Kelly's situation. And we try to take the blame away from mostly the predator. The predator is 100% to be blamed, regardless if a parent was there, if a parent had to work.
I think they all kind of hold the blame.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like a lot of the true crime cases I watch, right? Sometimes it's generational curses, and some of those need to be broken. Like it comes down to sometimes, well, it happened to me when I was little, so you know it's normalized, right? In some instances, and in the industry, when we bring it back to that, right, it is normalized. It is something that, and people are trying to make it like somebody was saying in chat earlier. They're trying to normalize it across the board. Have you not noticed they're lowering the age of consent, doing crazy shit?
Was that Nurse K who said that?
I think it was Nurse K, or it was Miss Sincere. It was one of the beautiful ladies in chat.
Yeah.
There's so many predators. One of my friends, his name's Jizuke, he's actually trying to get like the laws become stricter on people who do those things to children, right? And you would be severely surprised that they do not have to register for life. They literally can be only registered for 2 years, 5 years. So you would know that your next door neighbor is one of those people, right? Yeah. And they are literally, the penalties are 5 to 10 years. Yet, let me go out here and sell a little bit of weed to protect my family, you know, to provide, because I'm having a hard time at the moment. I just lost my job. And I'll go to prison for 20 years to life. But yet they get maybe 5 years.
Then you get out in 5 years after doing something to your child. Like,
I'd be that mama. I'd be on the next episode of Snapped.
Girl, I remember when I was younger and my mother was alive, and I used to tell her, because she know my...
I see Big Rig over there. He coughing. It got him. It got him, child.
I wish y'all could have met my mother. Like, She was so opposite of me. Like if we were sitting side by side, she'd be like, "Now, Pooh, don't you talk like that. Don't you say that. That's not. You shouldn't be cursing like that. You know, God doesn't. You know,
That's not
that
ladylike.
was my mother, really, really religious, right? And she knew me very well. She knew me so well. And she knew that at a drop of a dime, I would snap over my children, over her, because I have done it before with her neighbors and all kind of other shit. She know I'm that child, right? And so when when it was like came to shit with my kids, I was always like, Mama, don't you dare take out a loan. Don't you put a house up. Don't you go in 401k. If somebody do something to my motherfucking kids and I have to handle that shit, let me sit. Let me sit because that's the only time that I'm just like, if somebody do something to my kids, I don't give a fuck about no job, no house, no mortgage, no nothing. And that was before I even had my own pieces. But how I had my pieces, okay? Before I got trained, concealed weapons, CCW, all that kind of shit. I was like, I would go to the pawn shop and I would get me some shit and not even know how to use it. Okay, I was so, and my mom knew I was so serious about that. Like, okay, I'm gonna have your kids and you're gonna be locked up, okay? And I'm like, yep, Mom, that's how it's gonna be.
The hood table, you know as well as I do. We know somebody who knows somebody who you can get a one that they can't trace. So don't play with me and don't tell me you don't know where like the woods is. You get what I mean, or the pig farm, or the gators.
Hey, Charlie over here sounding kind of dangerous, man. Come
no,
on,
Charlie is
what's going
dangerous. Shit, Charlie probably from the south. Like, okay,
you got that Southern comfort voice and shit, but now you getting gangster and shit.
You got that sweet country voice, but Charlie comes from a different kind of hood than we come from. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I'm gonna tell you something. My daddy was an original what they call a project boy.
Mm-hmm.
He flew blue in this house. My ex flew red. You want to tell you something? He told my ex he better not.
Whoa.
See, I'm a little crazy, Big Rig. You don't know. I'm a little gangster. I may be sweet and kind, but I'm a little crazy. Okay.
Shit.
See, I can just ask you how much change is in your pocket, but that's side the point.
You know what? I grew up in a family where half of us was Crips and half of us was Bloods.
Oh Lord, I bet that was funny, Brian.
We had a little few vice lords and other things, spread around, but it was always so crazy because we were still family. It's just some of us happened to grow up way over there or way over here. And that's just who was over there. You know what I'm saying? But
basically,
when it came to family, man, when it came to family and the holidays, all that shit was like out the door. Somebody can have on some blue dope, man. Somebody have on some red dope, man. It didn't even fucking matter. Like we all sitting at the table playing cards. Don't let somebody call and say such and such is going down. Man, it didn't matter what set, what crew, what shit. That's my cousin. Ain't y'all ain't about to do shit.
See, I didn't have to worry. I'm like you, the hood table. I didn't have to fly anything because I was considered what when you got respect in your neighborhood and you got respect in your area, you could walk. They used to have a code. We've talked about this before. That women and children were off limits, right?
TC.
I could walk down that street. Oh, look, it's my sister TC. See, that's my educated. She way over me. I love her.
You see Nurse K queen Big Mississippi. You hear this?
Every Sunday you for sure finna see TC.
I'm from Dean Town, baby. That's where I'm from.
Nurse K said Big Mississippi. That's what that's where my
Hey TC, shout out to you, man. When I ended my live the other day, I always watch my lives, TC, and I look at my chat and I noticed you asked for the link and I completely didn't see that, TC. So I don't want you to think that I just, was bypassing that shit because I would have for sure stayed and dropped the link and heard what you had to say, TC. But I appreciate you for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Man, Vlad done got so many people to snitch on themselves. I swear to God.
I still can't believe that shit. But go on what you was about to say, Charlie, because I had told a story about that too when it came to my family. How my brothers always used to be upset with my mom because we were like on the crib side of the family, but moms kept moving us in these blood neighborhoods, and she would go deeper and deeper and deeper into their neighborhoods. And so my brothers, a lot of times they had to fight on a daily basis because my brothers, we was like, hey, they blued up, rags around their head, hanging out their pockets, all that. They didn't give a fuck. Like what hood mama moved them in, they ain't about to change their set. They ain't about to be punked or nothing. And a lot of times it got really, really greasy, because of that shit. But eventually it got to the point where you were saying, Charlie, they got respected in those hoods. Like, nah, you don't fuck with them because they daddy and everybody will pull up on you. And that's how that shit was.
You have to earn your respect sometimes. And when you earn that respect and you get it, ain't nobody else could touch it, if that makes sense. And that's the way I feel about even in the B sector. You gotta earn your respect and then get your stripes. I had to get punched upside the head.
We about to go live again tomorrow, Charlie, because there's some shit in the B sector I just cannot believe that's going on right now. And I ain't talking about that all them made up storylines.
I was gonna ask y'all because this is a beef sector platform, you know what I mean? So what do y'all think about all this shit, man? Motherfuckers is getting flagged left and right, you know what I'm saying? Like this shit can get really, really bad, man. Like y'all gonna end up losing people. People are going to get upset and just start flagging everybody they don't like because it looks like a trend right now. I hate to derail y'all, though. I'm sorry, chat. Y'all said something real quick.
I think we should have a conversation on that. I'm going to have to start coming live more often.
Well, I may be free tomorrow because hubby's going to house set for mom and pop. But tomorrow is I have a poker night with my friends. So if y'all want to come join some poker, she does poker on Monday night. And I go over there and I support her every Monday night at 6:30. But
maybe
if you
will do like a Tuesday or Thursday, because Riz is on Wednesday and I like to support him on Wednesdays. Yep. We got to get it in though.
We got to talk about all this. It's been crazy, child.
Because
it has been wild, man.
I don't want to go too deep into it to derail from our topic, but I have to say I was reminded of something when I was going through my videos looking for some old video. I had made a video about a year ago, and the title of my video was like, "Why are y'all flagging me?" One thing I noticed is when I do certain kind of content, don't nobody fuck with me, but when I do B sector content, people
that's when the bullshit comes. Okay.
Yes. And I had literally, you can look it up, type in my search, why are y'all flagging me? That video popped up and I was like, who the fuck was I talking about? What the fuck happened? I don't even remember. But that shit happens. It's like either your channel, one thing I noticed in the B sector, people will be here for you for the bullshit. I could have easily be doing content and have hundreds of people in my chat. And I could be doing a certain kind of other content and I might get 20, 25 at the most. But
I'm going to say this. Let her pull out some court documents and something going down.
Come on here tomorrow and do some B sector content and I can have hundreds of people. And I'm not trying to say that nothing against the people who support me or not. But what I'm trying to say is the more people you get, the more subscribers, followers, the more people in your chat, the more things you discuss in the B sector, the more you gonna get flagged. Somebody eventually like what you saying, they're gonna be hating on your growth and they're gonna try to stall you and flag your channel. But what I was talking about, Riggs, to be totally honest, hold on, let me get all up in this camera. Can y'all see me? I was talking about Yusuf. Charlie, I know you heard.
I'm gonna tell you that one kind of messed me up. And then I heard somebody's putting that jacket on other people's back. I'm like, do Jesus.
Like ODS.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to go at Ness. I watched that video. I ain't been seeing a lot because I know it sounds cliche for the people who've been following me for like 6-7 years, but this is the busy part of my season for my main job, the 401k job. So I do 12-hour shifts. Before I got on here tonight at 9 Central Time, I got off at 7:30 p.m. 7 to 7:30. I work 12-hour days, damn near every day from October to February. So this is a really, really busy season for us. And so I don't get to watch a lot of shit. But I did see that shit.
That was crazy.
I might not keep up with all y'all fake storylines and all y'all hyper exaggerated storylines, but when I saw that Yusuf was in jail for allegedly enticing a child, I was like, not the Blue Teal Kitchen, nigga. Not the Blue Teal Kitchen, nigga. The one
Look,
it's not funny. It's the way she said it, y'all.
I know, but I don't. You know what? Because I kind of started kind of speaking on, you know, the shit that's kind of been going on, but I don't want to fuck off the stream. So let's get back into what we're doing.
Yeah.
I don't want people like, God damn it, Big Rig. We can hear this shit all the time, but it's just been really wild.
I just had to say that, Riggs and Charlie and TC. Like I said, I didn't want to get too,
what
away
it do,
from the
TC?
nice topic, but that's why I said I might have to go live the next couple of days. But anyway, go ahead. What's up, TC Boo?
Yo,
what's definitely
going
listen
on,
to your
family?
perspective on that shit.
Y'all are a mess, family. What's going on, Big? What's going on?
I'm glad you stopped me, bro.
Ooh, the hood. The hood. What's up, Charlie?
TC, I'm ashamed.
Hey, my TC.
I know better. Keep it on topic. I know better.
Yeah. We're looking at it's understood because a lot is going on. But I do want to say this, and it was going to kind of segue into something that Charlie and the Hood Table were just talking about. But I do want to say this. I've been up not watching. I've been writing grants all week. Writing. And I want to just say that, my gang of preference are Democrats and Republicans. Those are my two gangs, okay? So that's where I teeter-totter from. And let me just say this. So much is going on, y'all. And I just want to let me just say this. Finally, we're at the point. We have finally got to the point where this cyber world and politics and legislation have finally met up. Because at first, the cyber world, this whole technology, social media was just taking off. People were just doing whatever they wanted. Now it's everything, they've caught up. So I hear a lot of people are trying to rebrand and do all kind of stuff. I hope that folks don't take, listen, my thing is pick your battles wisely. Pick your battles. Yeah. YouTube is getting ready to change up. Everybody's changing. So
did you watch
now? What do you mean when YouTube about to? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Charlie.
I was going to ask her if she watched the Diddy documentary.
Yeah. I'm watching a lot of documentaries. Diddy
Did you watch
and some
documentary, the Reckoning?
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
Did you watch The Reckoning by 50 Cent on Netflix?
You know what? Wait a minute. Now, somebody told me tonight because I was somewhere and they were saying, yo, like 50 Cent is messy as I don't know what. And they said that he has stuff that he was getting out. No, I didn't see that yet. I'm going to take a look at it. But yeah, Diddy, 50, gosh.
Well, can I play a little clip for you guys?
Play a clip.
Because I want your opinion on something.
Mm-hmm.
And so the clip is only like 2 minutes, I promise. But I do want to play this.
It's probably something I haven't seen. So yeah.
Okay. So let me pull this clip up because I meant to ask y'all opinion on this earlier, but then we got, whatever. But okay, so let me go ahead and
And before you bring that up, yeah, go ahead and do it. Big rigs. Is it NBA All Star next year?
I don't know. TC, I don't really follow sports or nothing. I don't know
Oh, okay,
shit about
okay,
sports.
okay. Because it's A&T and Hampton are gonna be out there.
Before you start this, I just
I'm
want to
about to
say
say, we taking a
stop.
trip out west, TC. Is that what you said?
Oh,
I love y'all.
To go see some sports.
I'm just,
I ain't watching nobody sports. I'm gonna be watching I mean. But I just wanted to just throw that out in case
But
you're familiar.
TC
But
so funny. She like butter. Okay. Okay, let me
uh,
see. All right, okay, so everybody hit mute because I'm gonna ask y'all
oh,
opinion about what this guy has to say
okay.
regarding the Cassie and Diddy shit. Okay. All right, here we go.
You read the letter that she wrote to the judge?
I heard parts of her letter, to tell you the truth, and people was like, "Oh, you should read her letter." But reading her letter and hearing the parts, I'm saying, excuse me, because I didn't read it, but hearing the parts I heard about her being still having nightmares, um, and all of this, and all of the little few things I say, because I can't even say all of this. That's an expression. I heard a few things, like she said she was having nightmares, and the trauma that was impacted on her life, she's gonna feel it for years. But the truth of the matter is, she made the decision to undergo that trauma. I wasn't aware of the true nature of the situation. Daniel Phillip, he wasn't aware of what was really going on. Jules Theodore, he didn't know about me or Daniel Phillip. The Punisher didn't know about me, Daniel Phillip, or Jules Theodore. But you know who knew about everybody in that situation? Cassie, because Cassie was letting all of us run up in her. Some of us run up in a raw, lying to us, making us think that she was only sleeping with us and she was actually taking care of herself. When the truth is, she was just a cum dumpster. And I don't want to be rude and mean by saying that, but any woman who would just randomly let strange men she's attracted to orgasm inside of her is a cum dumpster. That's what she was. And she was lying to myself and dozens of other men while she was a cum dumpster for Diddy, and she could have possibly put my life in danger. So I totally think she should be criminally liable.
okay. He
Okay.
was a little bit. I'm gonna say this.
Mm,
Yes, in a sense, I agree with him, and in a sense, I don't. In a sense, she was groomed as a young lady from the time she was very young to be his whatever he wanted her to be. But in the same sense, she could have walked away. But then you think about it, she's afraid to walk away. Y'all saw how he drugged that girl in that hotel, how he drugged her down that hallway. How many beatings did she take? She was afraid for her life. He tried to unalive Cuddy for trying to help her.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and drop down, sis. I love y'all. I'm gonna let y'all get back to
Love
it.
you too, boo. I was just about to hit you in the
Peace
back
out,
tag and
Charlie.
tell you said you
Appreciate
was
you,
doing.
Charlie.
But love you, boo. I'll talk to you later. We'll hook up this week. Do some beast sector content. But yeah,
I agree. I agree.
what he basically was saying. I want to ask y'all opinion. He
I
said
agree with
basically
Charlie.
that he believes that she should be criminally liable because of Diddy's on trial for this trafficking and prostitution and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, she was fucking like 3, 4, 5 of us, and we had no idea. And then the dude was like, her and Diddy would like have me. They would like preserve all my semen, and they would be eating it and licking it and swallowing it. And he asked them one time, he said, "What the fuck? Why do y'all keep keeping my semen?" And he said, after I asked them and confronted about it, they didn't do it anymore. But he said, "Yeah, I think that she should be criminally liable because she was fucking all these motherfuckers." But go ahead, TC.
Mm, yeah, I agree with Charlie. I think that you know, when you're groomed for certain things, unfortunately, that's all you know. Unfortunately, it, it's a very dark situation. Um, I, and then of course it's this thing of right from wrong. A person is at a certain point in their life, they should be able to walk away. No, I don't believe that you can just walk away that quickly, that fast. It is a process.
Yeah.
uh, I just it's a lot in that whole entire world, and for those that can get out, that do get out, I say thank goodness you got out alive.
Yeah.
But he made a statement about that she was attracted to. I don't see, men and women
He
are
ain't
still.
even attractive. I'm like, I was looking
First
at
of
him
all, he looked like homegrown beat nut.
nigga, you ain't even cute. You must got a big dick because you ain't even like
Like,
you ain't
yeah,
cute. You look
folks are just
nice.
folks just aggrandize on themselves way too much. Um, and it's not that she was attracted. Again, she's she's groomed that way.
And she was high most of the time.
And
He kept
right,
her high.
and that's a whole nother factor. Men know, get a woman with some drinking or drugging or whatever the case may be, and she'll become loosey goosey, or whatever the case may be. They can definitely do the train or do whatever the things are that they do, and all kind of other stuff. I think we missed the mark, but I don't think that they had any good intent either. They were just doing whatever, and then that was that. That's all it was to them, and they drugged her up. They gave her some things. She did what she did, and then that was it. That's all it was. She was not attracted to them. There was no wedding bells at the end of the day. None of
I think
that.
he was too drugged up and too high. I mean, he literally kept this girl high. You know what I was gonna say, and I know we're approaching 3 hours. I got a 12 to do tomorrow, obviously every day, but
Yeah.
so I don't want to be on here too much more longer, and I'm gonna make sure Riggs has his like final thoughts and everything too. But I had said how I am so glad. I am so glad. Like out of all the horror stories that we hear, I'm so glad that she made it out. Even though he damn near tried to kill her every time she tried to leave, she finally
Hmm.
made it out. I hope she has happiness right now. I mean, she got married. She had a couple of kids. She always wanted kids. She wanted to get married. She wanted kids. All the things she wanted with P. Diddy, including the 10 album deal that he promised her when she was like 18 or 19. She wanted that world, that life. I just hope that she's happy. I really do. That's all I can hope for Cassie. And we can say she could have left. She could have done this. She could have done that. But
Hmm.
then look at all the motherfucking rappers. Look at all the artists. Look at all the people who never spoke out about him, who he been on money to. I mean, like all these people who ain't never said shit. So Cassie,
Hmm.
I think she was in fear of her life, just like a lot of them motherfuckers was. I honestly think that Diddy probably took more than a couple of lives. I'm just being honest. I really do believe
Hmm.
that. Just like the one little Rod said, the dude he damn near killed in the bathroom. That
There
they
you
never
go.
saw. He
Right.
said, I don't know if that man dead or alive. I don't know if he's still walking this earth. I firmly believe that either Diddy or some of his goons have done some very, very harmful
Heinous.
stuff, heinous
Exactly.
act towards people. I do believe that. I just hope she's happy. That's all. I
Hmm.
just
And I hope she continues to work on herself.
yeah.
Her mental, like, continue to have therapy for the rest of her life.
Yeah, because
Um,
she is in therapy. Yeah,
yeah, and is I really think that that's going to, doing things, and all that kind of stuff. So I hope that she's doing that. So I'm with you on that.
yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I was just gonna just come up and say hey to y'all for a quick holla and a quick
Hey,
yay. And
hey.
I guess I'm West Coast, West Coast. I can't wait. What's up? I have to,
Appreciate you, TC.
Like
yeah,
what's
big. I have to make sure I get in with Big. Check on the West Coast
Riz
crew.
don't never come up on here and be like, "What's side?" Like we ain't got that for him yet.
Nah, I don't be just banging all like that.
I know that's right. I know that's, you know what? He's a y'all. But y'all,
But
you
but but
guys
you
are a
know
lot of
but you know what it is though. You know what I'm
We
saying?
know
Just
what it is, Nick.
I'm,
We
I'm,
know
I'm
what
marked everywhere and everything. Like you know where the fuck I'm from. There
Yeah.
ain't no guessing.
But
ain't
you
no
know what,
guess.
Riz? Speaking of which, I don't know if you heard TC. I know Riz. Did you hear when James was discussing you the other day?
I did, man. Cassie sent me a message
I
and
was
sent me the
like,
timestamp.
yes,
And
mom,
I was like,
you're
wow,
regular.
man, that was pretty wild, man. But shout out to James because he be showing me love, man, in my chat. You know, I always fuck with James too when I see him live, you know, and I just always like the way he got down, man. Like, you know, he's OG, you know what I'm saying? Just the way he speak, you know, he really keep it G and he be saying some real shit. And, you know, people that say real shit, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, I'm gonna get a bar of it, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't missed yet, you know what I'm saying? So like all that other shit, I could give a fuck less about everything else. I just him as a person, man. James, he cooler than a motherfucker, man. And to see him just, you know, say what he said and he was right, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a fact. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate him for that.
Yep,
Shout
I
out to
do
James
too.
for sure.
I
I
do
know.
too. I mean, a lot of us who met you, we know you, and even if we hear like, you know, it's the sector. They say shit about all of us that have shit said about us, right?
Right,
Yeah.
I've
right.
had shit said about me, right? So I
Right.
ain't like, you know, innocent from none. But to hear somebody of his caliber, somebody who a lot of people respect around here, triple OG in the sector, I was
There you
just
go.
like, I was sitting there like, oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Because that Reeves is our nigga. Like, well, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. All right.
That's
And
right.
we got a show on Sunday, Hood Table, you know what I'm saying? So hey,
Yes.
that's good words like that. I ain't mad at it, you know what I'm saying? Cause
Yep.
that's what it is, man. That's why I fuck with you too, Hood Table. Like, you know, I know what kind of sector and everything is, but you don't really just be carrying yourself all on that
That's
bullshit. You
right.
know what I'm saying? And that's why we linked up, you know what I mean? Because we can do some cool shit. You know what I mean? We can have a good chat. And what I mean by that is the people in the chat, you know what I'm saying, with no bullshit. And, you know, everybody can kind of just relax, man. And here we got going. So, you know, that's why I wanted to link up with you, if anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. And you know what I like about both of you, and let me just say this from James, because he's a Cappy and I'm a Cappy too. I'm a Capricorn.
Don't
So
forget I'm a cap the
oh
29th.
I get, listen,
You
December
better
Cap.
be here. You better be here for my
Oh,
birthday.
that's no problem. But you
I
know,
get
you a
along with
December
Capricorn. Shout out to Capricorns, man.
Yes.
Cappy. Okay, all right. But see, December Caps, they're a little sophisticated, you know what I'm
You
saying?
know, the beginning
But
and the ending.
I do want to say James saying what he's saying about you is, it is epic. Because he will not. One thing about Capricorns, we not gonna fluff it. Now I'm gonna, sit
Ain't
in
gonna
here and I'm
put
gonna
20
talk
on
to you.
10.
Right. If I don't like you, you won't see me talking to you. You won't see me none of that. I'm not gonna say nothing disparaging about you. You stay there, I stay here, we good. But when we have the, audacity, the unmitigated gall to mention a person to the forefront, it's out of love. And that was definitely love. It was honor.
Yep.
And he's been watching. You too,
Off
trust
top.
me. He's been watching. And before we get into anything, we try to watch before we delve. And definitely he is, he's one of those people that did that. And that's what I like about both of you, because listen, this is where we are where we are. But the one thing I can love about both of you is that y'all can talk something other than where we are.
Right.
See, that's what I like. See, I like a person that can talk about and is other than the B sector. I mean, I think that at some point in time, number one, to show your talent a little bit, no different than this guy named Diddy. You know what I'm saying? He was a business person. He was a whole lot, he was a lot of things, and he had a lot of ideas. He was in movies, he was in TV. He gave to a lot of philanthropic things. Queen Latifah, a lot of people who were in the rap industry. Will Smith started, in one area, and then they branched out into other things. That's what I see here. Why can't you talk about B sector stuff, and then on another day, or in another session, or collaboration with someone, talk about some other things? And that's why
It's true.
you two, I give you all of that. And
Oh,
that's why I like coming in here. It's fun, it's classy, it's real, it's down to earth, it's respectable.
thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
both of you are absolutely amazing. Okay,
You
Right
said
on.
amazing. Okay.
Zing, okay, no
Thank
doubt.
you. And
Bottom
you're
line,
amazing as well. You're amazing. It's always, I tell you all the time, don't
thank
take it
you.
lightly. It's always a pleasure to have you in the chat. Like we really be looking for like where TC? Like but
Oh, thank
yeah,
you.
we appreciate your support too.
And I will say, in the next couple of weeks, I will be putting out, or if you don't mind, I'll be sending you all some links for scholarships and things of that nature,
Okay.
and all that kind of good stuff. The money for scholarships for next year in August, for next year, is they're out. It's out. It's all over the country, and I'm talking to people now. That's why it's interesting, because the NBA All Star is happening, et cetera, et cetera. But all of the scholarships are coming out, so I want to make sure that I promote it in different spaces. I don't
Feel
promote it
free.
everywhere. I
Feel
will
free.
promote, if you don't mind. I'd love to at least send the links here so people can get that from here,
That's
because
fine
we
with me. I put two through college, so and I needed the help. People were
okay.
helping me, sending me links. Get have them sign up for this one. We was working on essays all the time. I mean, it's a lot to get them kids in college and get them scholarships, so you don't have to deal with all the expensive of colleges and stuff. You still might got to
Exactly.
take out a FAFSA. You still might have to take out a small loan. Some people do, but
Right.
yeah, scholarships is everything. It's
It's people, it's a lot parents have to endure. And I
yeah.
just want to say this in closing, that today my daughter was accepted to North Carolina A&T State University.
Nice.
Yes, and
Nice.
yes,
Congratulations.
and
Oh,
before I'm content, my daughter is I was, I was with a lady for a very long time, and her daughter is a Cappy, but
oh,
she's my daughter. Home, my partner. She just had
I
her.
got you. I got
That's
you.
my baby. That's
I
my
got you.
daughter.
Off top. Off top.
You
I got
understand? And
I
I
just
will
said he's probably
always,
still bumps or
that's
I got you. I got you.
that's right. But to help your own, as many people as I help, you don't know the feeling. And I didn't push her, none of that. She said, I want to apply. I want to go to A&T, because she did community college first. And I
Mhm.
was like, okay, we're gonna slow drag. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna slow drag this. But then she went down, and we met, maybe a couple of years ago, with some content creators here, and on, and she enjoyed it, and she just got accepted today. And so y'all just don't know how that makes me feel.
Oh,
No, no, no. You
man.
do know. You do know. I apologize. As a parent, the hood, I know you know, and other parents out there know.
Mhm.
So listen, this just makes me feel so good to help others, but my own,
Be
this,
proud.
That's big.
yeah, it is.
Take it
Because
all in. Mhm.
they don't listen to, I know how parents feel. They don't listen to you. That you be telling them, you should do this, do that, go here.
Hey, mine is
Da-da-da.
28, 24, and they still be, Mama, I wish we would have listened. I wish we would have. I'm like, hey,
Mhm,
it
mhm.
don't matter. The next generation, your kid gonna do the same thing. They gonna listen to half the shit you saying. Then they gonna grow up saying, Daddy, I wish it's hey, ain't nothing new under the sun.
Exactly.
That's how it is. We can
Oh
complain,
God.
but the next kids under us, they do the same thing. So
Absolutely, that's true. But
yeah.
anyway, um, thank you so much for having me up here. I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody have a grandiose week. Make that money, make that change. Okay, all that.
I'm trying to get
Yeah.
some Christmas money. Okay. I'm working my
Okay.
ass off. Okay. Mama needs some new shoes.
Dig it. There you go. There you
And I
go.
need another drink.
Oh,
But anyway.
girl, we had some Listen, I had some Trinidadian rum tonight, boo. Boo.
Ooh, that sounds like some
Girl,
shit my sister like.
girl,
My sister loves
girl.
rum. Like,
Girl, y'all. Ooh, baby. Mm-hmm. Oh
Riz,
my,
are you
my.
laughing at us?
Ooh, yeah, yeah. Hey,
I think
hey,
Riz is
big,
being
big rig.
distracted.
You would have. You'd have loved that. You'd have loved that. Couple of things of ice, and yeah, and a glass.
Rum
Yeah.
is a little.
That shit sounds strong.
Oh,
It's
no doubt.
strong. That
I
rum.
would
Oh, no
I
doubt.
definitely
leave that
try
to
it.
my sister. I leave that to my
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah, yeah, and I was so glad that the Eagles won because I didn't know what the heck I was gonna do if they didn't drinking that stuff. Well, but yeah. Okay, all right, well,
All right,
all right,
honey.
y'all. I
All
will
right.
talk
You
to
have
you
a
later.
wonderful
All right, enjoy
evening.
your night,
Wonderful
TC.
week. Good night,
Have a
baby.
wonderful week. All right, y'all. Thank you. Thanks,
You're welcome.
Charlie, and to the chat. Good night.
Yeah, shout out to Charlie in the chat. She said, I got you. I got you, boo.
Well, shit, Hood Table, you got 3 hours in, man. So I mean, we did that. We're gonna
I
go ahead and
know,
call
right?
this a night.
Yes, we definitely gonna call it a night. I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna go make me a little run to the kitchen and get me a little bit more and by chilling. And what's the name of that the documentary you said by who it was again?
It's Gene Deal. I'm gonna try to look for it and then I'll
Okay.
send you the link.
Okay, because I definitely want to watch that. But yes, so you guys, thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate you guys. Riggs, appreciate you guys too. Thank you so much. Like and share the video. Subscribe to me, subscribe to Riggs. He'll have his you're doing your Wednesdays every week now, right? Back on track. Okay. So he got his West Coast Wednesdays. Is it
And shout out to the chat. We got our 20 likes, Hood Table.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Your show is at 7 p.m. Pacific, right?
Yep.
Okay, so 7 p.m. Pacific. In my area, my hood is 9 p.m. Central. So on Wednesdays, y'all head on over to Riggs. And then back on I know you said you might start doing your Fridays again. But he'll let us know if he'll do his Fridays.
Yeah, I'll let you know Wednesday, by the end of the stream if I'm gonna be able to rock on the Friday.
Yep, but other than that, we'll be back on his channel next Sunday.
Yes,
he'll
ma'am.
let me know what the topic will be before then. But y'all know it's always a great topic. We always interact with each other.
And if it ain't great, just lie to me. You know what I'm saying?
Just
rock
lie.
out.
Hey, blame it on me. Blame it on the co-host. Blame it on the co-host. Okay, if it's not, but we know it's gonna be good. But anyway, you guys, like, share the video. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you guys have a good week and happy holidays to you guys.
That's definitely.
'Tis the season. Okay. And on that note,
Y'all be good out there.
Be good. And I'm gonna roll out Riz. I'll holler at you later. I'm gonna play our theme song one more
For
again.
sure.
But yes, make sure you guys stay safe, be blessed, and remain vigilant at all times. And always remember to keep it hood. Okay. All right. All right, Charlie and Sincere. I don't know who's all in the chat, who's left all in the chat, y'all, but anybody who's still here, thank you again so much for your support. I'm going to go ahead and play our little, where's the media? Here we go, right here.
From the block to the hood table, big brick slaps and cake decorating diva, discussing local issues, national news too, encouraging y'all to like or share and subscribe. We bring the heat, keeping it real tight, from the White House to the gutter we report right. Welcome to the show, where we break it down, from the block to the hood table, it's all around. Sexy side profile man, the one and only big rig slaps in the cake decorating diva, the one and only the hood table, with news you can't use and subjects that need to be spoke. From the block to the hood, from the White broke. We got many different topics and subjects. Grab your seat, get your popcorn. Let's get ready. Talking about everything under the sun, from education to health. We're here to run, engage with us, spread the word far and wide. Appreciate y'all, thank you for the support. We bring the heat, keeping it real tight. From the White House to the gutter, we report right. Welcome to the show, where we break it down. From the block to the hood table, it's all around. Sexy side profile man, the one and only Big Rig Slaps in the cake decorating diva. The one and only The Hood Table, with news you can use and subjects that need to be spoke. From the block to the hood, from the White House to the broke. We got many different topics and subjects. Grab your seat, get your popcorn. Let's get ready.
Good night, y'all. Let's get ready. You know that's Rig's favorite part, right?